This is 3 last times ago.
That was 3 last times, because the second last time is when we were fighting the skeletons.
Yes. Did we
Ah,
miss
yeah.
a week?
We may have missed a week. Was I scribed for them too?
Let me
I might
double
have been.
check.
I think I actually was, yeah.
I read the last entrance of the
Oh yeah.
journal.
So,
I did say I would
That
do it. I actually
was the
think I
third.
might have forgotten. Let me look.
do you
Yeah,
still
I
have
was
your
like,
notes?
that sounds like something I was there for. I think, well, I'm not sure. Yeah.
I can generally remember what happened that time, but I'm not like 100% sure it's fact.
Uh,
Yeah, we went into the stables to discuss stuff. The stable boy was there. I gave him 2 gold, and then I threatened his family if he told anyone.
But
And
was
then
that the
after that,
No,
last
that
one?
that was
That
that
was
That
was
was the
the,
one
that was
before.
that was
that
the
was
one
the one
before.
before, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
so
missed the last one.
the last
And
time
then,
I think the last one got cancelled, didn't it?
no, well, because
No,
there's one before that.
there
yeah.
is.
So there
This is
the
was
So,
one
there was
the
a
one you guys
Oh,
the one
I
that
remember we killed.
started with you all killing the skeletons, like finishing
Yeah,
yeah.
them off. That was the last game.
Ah,
Ah,
so
okay.
I
I-
actually remember now because I said I would do it and then I ended up not doing that. I apologize.
All right. Well,
so
do
I
you still have your notes by chance?
No, no, I don't have the notes. I was planning
I can
to
mm,
do them right afterwards, but then I had something and then I totally
I can
forgot.
roughly remember what happened.
All right,
I can
sure.
roughly.
Why don't yeah,
We
Riven, go ahead.
So we destroyed, we killed all the skeletons. Thank God we nearly died. Then we had a bit of an argument over what we were doing then. We managed to convince to go for a nap. Left. Riven gave Neil the 3 monitor heads and said, "That's how many dates you owe me." We went back to the other tavern. Riven got robbed and then did a thunderclap and caused everybody to do a runner. And then the guards turned up. Riven stormed off. Tal and Nalo talked to the guards saying they'd convinced Riven to behave. Then the next day, we had the elf assassin who had been sent with the drow one, who
Iara.
came with us. But yeah, came to us, and then we tried to organize like what we were doing, but we couldn't decide because Riven had an idea and then everybody else had different ideas, so couldn't decide on that. So we just decided to go back and empty the underground caverns under Chaur. On the way back, Scurry nearly got pickpocketed. The girl ran away. Riven went nuts again and decided to fly after her, turned invisible. You guys lost Riven at the market. Riven flew to the tavern, followed her up the stairs where she jumped on his back and he lifted up into the air, which caused her to fall down, and that's where we ended. I remember that correctly.
Yeah,
Somebody
you.
tried to rub Scurry? Do they have a death
Yes.
wish?
Uh,
The way-
so yeah, I think you were in the tavern, Riven, and the woman in
Yeah.
question had grabbed you and kind of put a knife to you and said, "Why are you following
Yeah,
me?"
and I'd flown up and she'd fallen off, and that was where we left it.
Yeah. All right. So it is currently the 16th of autumn at 8:30 in the morning. The rest of the group, I think, was following Riven towards the
They,
tavern,
they
but they
lost me.
haven't gotten.
They lost me because I turned invisible, though, didn't I? As I was heading there, and that's where they lost me at the market because I'd gone invisible to follow her.
All right. That does sound
Right.
familiar. All right.
Me.
So, oh yeah, and the map is kind of reflecting that Riven had gone to the Dark Water Inn, and the rest of them were kind of over at the marketplace looking around for him. So yeah, let me do Riven really quick. So yeah, this woman had grabbed you, pushed you up against the wall, and basically said, "Why are you following me? What are you going to do?" She has
She's on my back.
Yeah, she has a knife to you. Well, you think she does. She's not stabbed you yet, but she is definitely threatening you.
And I'm still invisible.
Yes, but she has
I'm
grabbed you.
going. I'm going to open my wings and like take off, so she's getting like piggybacked and flown in the air.
All right, so you currently are grabbed and cannot move. You'd have to break the grapple
Okay.
before you do that. Or
Okay.
you can try to do something else. But she does have a knife to you. So if you try to do something like pull away, she might stab you. Or she might be bluffing. It's hard to tell. Because you can't even see her right now.
But she doesn't know if I'm facing her or I'm turned away. 'Cause I'm
Unless
invisible.
she can see invisible, then no, she wouldn't know.
Alright, so I'm... Yeah, sorry. So I'm going to cast Sleep on her. Oh, she'll sleep.
Alright, so if you start chanting, I'm going to need an initiative roll.
Can I do a subtle? Can I use one of my sorcery points to do subtle so that I wouldn't, or she wouldn't know I was doing it?
Yeah, if you want to give me a stealth check, assuming she is not good at perception, she might not notice that.
Let's do this.
Alright, so unfortunately, she probably would see through that.
Okay.
Sorry, one moment. Let me make sure I have her stuff here. So, yeah, go ahead and give me an initiative roll. Make sure your token is highlighted.
On that, then do this. Have a look.
Okay. All right. All right, so you begin chanting, and she would unfortunately act first. She would hear you chant, or she, well, go link subtle spell again. Let me see what that does.
It is. Hang on, let's just public roll. How do you do this again? No, that's that one. I'll have to fix it. Why do you keep saying that? No.
Because I want to say subtle spell. It doesn't. It takes away the gesturing and verbal. Though I do think you still. I mean, it still makes it. There's still magic that is being done, but I want to double check the reading of that. Okay. Verbal. Okay. All right. Sure. Give me a roll for your sleep. For how much damage it would do. Alright, 26. So she would look, well, I guess you can't see her, but she would say, oh, what are you? And then she would fall to the ground.
Yep.
So she is now laying unconscious, this person.
Okay. Then I'm going to rummage through her pockets. Because she's got my bloody money.
Also, you are no longer invisible, just FYI.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rummaging through her pockets, she would have a dagger that she had on you, but you don't see or you don't find any money on her.
Right.
If she had stolen your money, then she doesn't still have it on you or on her.
Okay, and hang on. No. Just out of curiosity, you know, detect thoughts. Does that one need? Do they need to be awake to do that, or can they be asleep?
I think they can be asleep. I mean, you can link the spell if you want.
Okay.
Detect thoughts. Let's see. So yeah, it looks like it doesn't say anything about them having to be conscious.
Okay. Can I do that then and read her mind, and then like go deeper? I know we have to wait, and then I think it's 2 times you have to wait to do that one.
Yeah, and I think she does get a saving throw. Alright. Well, let me, as this is happening, let me jump back to the rest of the party in the marketplace. So you all are looking around. You have no idea where Riven went. It's a normal morning. People are getting set up in their stalls. A couple of people are approaching you, still, thanking you for all the things you've done. What does the group want to do?
Is there a bakery or good shop where I can get like some kind of donut or
Yeah,
pastry?
there's probably some kind of pastry stall where you could get different pastries and bagels.
I want to go there.
All right. So Mia is like, whatever, Riven, and she goes off and goes to buy some pastries. What about the rest of you?
I'm going to wave over Scurry and Towel and ask them what they think.
No explosions yet. That's a good sign.
Or a bad sign. I wonder where he went. Although, if he's... I don't know. He was invisible, right? When he was leaving?
Yes, so he was flying up into the air and then disappeared.
Oh. I guess we can't do anything but wait. Does anyone know... Can anyone contact him? Or... Because I can't. Like, I'm wondering if anyone has any magic for that.
No. Sorry.
I'll go back to the inn then, and wait. Maybe he'll come back there, or maybe he'll find you guys.
All right, so you're heading back to the Maplewood?
Yeah, heading back to Maplewood, and maybe to see if that elf is still there.
All right. You talking about Lyra?
Yeah, Lyra.
All
Because she said she would stay in the room till dark.
Oh no, you mean Iara, the
Iara, yeah,
assassin.
Iara.
Okay.
Yeah, the assassin.
All right, so you're heading back there. Is anyone else doing anything from the party? That is.
I'd probably go with Nala until I figure out where Riven and that girl went.
All right.
I'm gonna stay with Mia and see if I can hear anything.
Oh, also, I'm going to take my money and put it somewhere where it can't really be grabbed very easily. Probably in my pack.
All right. And put your money in your backpack, making it a little bit harder to get to, but possibly harder to steal. Depending on if you're in one place for a while, someone might be able to get into it, but definitely a little bit harder. All right. So, Riven, you are trying to read this girl's mind, or this woman's mind. So, it seems on the surface she would have... well, actually, I'm not sure. If you're unconscious, I don't know if you're having much in the way of surface thoughts. Probably just being unconscious for the time being. But you're going to try to probe deeper, you said?
Yeah, I don't know if I can pick what I'm looking for, but if I can, I want to see if she says she knows where. I'll say again. I want to see if I can tell where she's put all the gold she's stolen, like her hideaway.
All right. So you are trying to read deeper into her mind. You get some thoughts about her worries of trying to find a new place in this town. It seems she's come here recently. She is running from someone or something from Highguard, which is the town where you all started, the caravan, where the caravan started before you came here. And what else would you find out? It seems like she's been trying to rob Blackwater.
I like her.
But
Welcome to the party. No.
what are you gonna do? You don't find anything about where she's storing her money. Not yet, anyway.
Alright, let me see if I can do this. It'll work. Right, so is she like a child or is she like an adult? Just so I know if I can pick her up?
Well, you probably can't pick her up. You're like 3 feet tall. She's looks young. Like you would guess she's late teens, early 20s, but she is still like 5'4". So compared to
Okay.
you, she's a giant.
And she's like asleep in the middle of the hallway, isn't she?
Yeah, she's just laying there. So far, no one's walked past. You know the sleep only lasts about a minute, so you have about 15 seconds before she wakes up at this point.
Okay. What am I going to do? I am going to like walk walk far enough away that when she wakes up, she can't instantly get me, but that I can still see her and do stuff, and I'll wait for her to wake up.
So distance-wise, how far is that?
How far is the hall?
You could probably
Like,
go about. Uh, you could probably go about. I don't know, like maybe 15 feet away from her without turning a corner.
Down the end of that corridor, is there a window?
We'll say no, because the corridor is probably
Okay.
in the middle of a bunch of rooms.
I'll go stand on the other side, then by the stairs.
Okay, well, she's right next to the stairs, because that's where you came up when she
All right,
jumped at you.
I'll stand 15 feet back then from her.
Okay. So you kind of stand over there. She gets up and kind of grabs her head and looks around, sees you over there. You didn't take her knife, did you?
I kicked it away from her.
All right. So she would immediately kind of crawl towards it, grab it, and say, "What did you do?" And look kind of threateningly towards you. And she kind of feels her armor just to make sure you didn't. Well, I guess she wasn't carrying much, but she says, "What are you, some sort of magic user?"
I'm a fairy, dear. What do you think I am?
She says, "I don't know what you are. Why were you following me?"
Because you tried to rob my friend, and I think you robbed me yesterday of 10 gold.
"I don't know what you're talking about. Give me an insight check."
Look, the detect thought spell is still not working, isn't it? Is it or is it not?
It's up to a minute, so it'd probably wear off by now.
Okay.
You don't sense she's being dishonest. So maybe she didn't rob you. She's like, nah, who's your friend? What are you talking about?
The big furry cat that you tried to rob?
You sure you're even... are you sure you're following the right person?
Yes,
that
because you were
time... That time you didn't believe her. You can tell she's lying. She definitely was the one who tried to rob your friend. And you saw her do it.
Yes, because A, I saw you do it, and B, you knew I was following you, so you wouldn't know I was following you if you hadn't tried to rob us.
She says, "Look, you guys are the heroes of Chaur. I mean, you have plenty of money. I mean, what's a few coins?"
You stole 10 gold from...
She says, "I'm new here. Look, I don't want to cause any trouble. I just needed a few coins to get settled."
What? What, you're going to settle in a town where you are trying to rob Blackwater? Really?
She looks a little bit concerned, says, "What are you talking about? I didn't rob Blackwater."
You're trying to. And if you got caught by me, you're going to get caught by him.
What are you, some kind of demon? How do you know what I'm thinking? How do you know my plans? Who are you?
I'm going to open my wings and go, "Do these look like demon fucking wings, you stupid kid?"
Give me persuasion or intimidation, your choice.
Go with, let's be nice.
Nice.
She says, "No, I guess not."
Not nice.
I haven't tried to kill her yet, okay? Let's work with that.
She says,
Okay,
"Look, all right,
so-
fine. I tried to rob your friend. I may have borrowed some money from you. What do you want from me?"
Well, if you've borrowed, then you're going to give it back, aren't you?
I guess. I mean, if you don't tell the guards, sure, I guess I can get your money back. I'm just trying to make something of myself here, and the only people worth stealing from are you or Blackwater.
Okay, I am. Yes, let's do this. Right, so I'm going to. That requires that's an action. How long is like roughly a spell that takes one action? How long does that roughly take to cast?
6 seconds.
Right, okay, so I should be able to pull this off before she can do anything. I'm going to cast suggestion on her.
She does have her knife, and if you start chanting, she might take that as you're trying to do something bad again.
Okay, fine. I'll do another sorcery point of subtle magic and then pull that off.
Okay, and you're gonna cast suggestion.
Yeah.
All right. What are you gonna say to her?
I'm going to tell her. What does it? It's got to be a sentence. I need to word this right. You are going to follow me until I tell you not to, and do everything I say.
All right. So she gets a wisdom save. Yep. All right. So you kind of subtly weave magics into your words as you speak to her. You see her just kind of nod and say, "All right."
Firstly, where did you put the gold that you stole from everybody yesterday?
I have it in a cave. Oh, wait. Actually, yeah, okay. He says, I have it in a cave. I've been living there. I've only been here a few days.
Good. Now, follow me. And I'm going to walk all the way back to the... I'm going to head back to the inn we were first in. Yeah.
The Maplewood? Alright. So you head back there, going back through the market. You would probably see Tal and Mia. Are you trying to hide from them, or are you just gonna kind of move past casually?
No, I'm just going to keep walking like
So,
nothing just happened.
So Tal and Mia, you're kind of in the marketplace getting your pastries when you see Riven kind of... I mean, you would probably notice because people would be going up to Riven and, saying hello, as the town is very friendly towards all of you now.
Don't I scare them with how much magic I do?
Some of them, the ones who are in the tavern, and there are now rumors going around of the angry fairy who blows things up, but there's still people who like you here. So you two would see Riven walking through the town with this girl who you don't recognize, this white-haired girl, because you didn't see her when she went past. What do you want to do?
I am going to yell at Riven. I'm just like, I'm getting monkey bread or monkey muffins. I'm getting a pastry. Do you want one? Who's that?
That's our new friend, and no thank you, I'm trying to watch my weight. It's harder to fly if I'm fat.
Do you want a crumb?
No thank you.
Does our new friend want a monkey muffin?
I'm going to tell her to say no.
No.
Where are you going?
Back to the Maplewood Inn.
Okay, we'll meet you there after we get the muffins.
Cool.
Alright, so they continue walking past, going towards the Maplewood. So Tal and Mia, I'm going to cut to you two for a moment. You're standing in the town square, kind of the market area, getting these pastries and muffins. As you are standing there, an individual approaches you who you have not seen before. Meldonis, what do you look like?
So I'm a human male, about 6 foot, medium length, black hair, pale skin, very fine dark clothing. And he kind of carries himself with a bit of authority as he walks.
All right. Any distinguishing markings? Are you carrying any weapons or wearing any armor?
No armor. He has a dagger. And then other than a black hooded cloak, that he has the hood back, nothing really distinguishing.
All right. So Tal and Mia, give me intelligence checks. Something about him might look familiar to you. Oh. Tal, you think you've seen this individual before at the Blackwater estate. While you were talking to Lord Blackwater at one point, you thought you saw him among the bookshelves. Also, Maldonis, you might need to level yourself up a bit, because the group is level 5, but your HP seem a bit low.
That's average for sorcerer, I believe.
Oh, right, because you're a sorcerer. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Then you should be fine. All right, so, yeah, Tal, this individual is approaching you two. What are you saying to them?
Pardon me. You two, so I would know that they are the heroes of Chaur. Is that
Yes,
correct?
the heroes of Chaur, at least that's what they're calling themselves, or that's what the town is calling them, have become fairly popular around here after they helped free the town from the Iron Tide attack, or the siege that the Iron Tide were doing on the town. So everyone is pretty well acquainted with them, and you have definitely seen them at the Blackwater estate from time to time, speaking with Lord Blackwater, because you were there, obviously.
You two are.
I've never actually gone to the Blackwater estate, though.
Alright, so then he would probably recognize Tal.
Okay, then I guess I'll speak more towards Tal. You're one of the heroes of Chaur, is that correct?
I guess so. And you're one of Blackwater's flunkies.
Ah, yes. If you wouldn't mind, may I have a word with you two? I have some information that might benefit you both.
Can we still have monkey muffins?
Oh,
Yeah,
please.
I guess
You
we
want one?
should go back to the inn and meet the others.
Yeah, I'm interested in meeting that new friend of ours. Be nice to have another chick around.
Alright, so you get your muffins and you're going to head back to the Maplewood to speak?
Yeah.
Alright, so you head back there. I'll say that the group has its usual private room within the tavern. If you go in there, you would see Scurry, Nalo, Riven, and this white-haired girl are kind of sitting there. So you all see Tal and Tal and Mia, and this new person. So let me do some descriptions. Scurry, what would you look like to him?
A tabaxi of the Black Panther kind. Just, sort of on its own. Stalking the room as always, especially since it's just been robbed. It's got a rapier at his side, and just simple leather armor. Just very unassuming, really.
What about Nalo? What would you look like to him?
I'm a halfling, so I'm about 3 feet tall. Sort of hard to discern my age. I got the scraggly beard, sort of unkempt hair, sort of leather, normalish adventuring clothes, and a big backpack.
All right. Oh, and just by the way, real quick, Meta or Meldonis, yeah, we can go with what you said in the message you sent to me. That works.
Okay.
I just noticed that. All right, so Tal, what would you look like to him?
It was 6 feet human, short reddish hair, always has a shield strapped to his side, and wears a mace and chainmail.
And do you have any distinguishing, do you have a holy symbol or any distinguishing markings on you?
I have my holy symbol usually under my shirt, and I changed my shield, so...
Meldonis, are you proficient in religion?
No.
Okay, so yeah, he would have a strange symbol that you assume is some sort of holy symbol, but you don't know much about it. Riven, what
Okay.
would you look like to him?
So fairy, 3'8", slightly like taller but thinnish, like twinkish, I suppose. Basically white hair, purple eyes, nice, like really like nice clothing with wings, clearly. And yeah, like white shirt, green jackety, like velvet type jacket, and yeah.
All right, and also in the room, Mia, what would you look like to him?
So Mia is a Ranger Goliath. She is clearly much bigger than everyone else there, but she is classified as medium, so let's just say she's a little petite for a Goliath, but she's still substantially bigger than everyone else. She has very muted blue, like pastel gray-ish looking skin, and her hair is blue. Eyes also feely blue. She's wearing some armor. She's got scale armor. And then she also has a short sword on both, like each of her hips. And often you will see her, although currently she doesn't have it, but often you're going to see her carrying around a dwarven egg. And yeah.
All right, and just real quick, Mia and Meldonis, it looks like you're displaying your account. So just make sure if you go to the chat tab in Roll20, you can use the drop down to display as your character, so you're not just the splotches. Which is kind of confusing because there's two of you in there. One of you is your account, one of you is your character. Yeah,
there
so
it is.
Meldonis, yeah, there you go.
Oh.
And yeah, you would also see Mia has a bunch of monkey bread right now.
Yeah. Handful of monkey bread.
There's also a young woman in the room with white hair. You would guess she's probably late teens, early 20s. She has a bit of a confused look on her face. She's just kind of sitting there. So yeah, Meldonis, you kind of walk in the room and see all these characters, some of which you have seen before at the Blackwater Estate. They've been there a couple of times, and while you haven't spoken to them, you've definitely noticed them, and of course heard of their heroics around town. You may have heard that the one Riven has done a bit of, or is maybe a bit of a wild card because he's caused some unrest with his stories of dragon attacks and explosions of thunder.
Is Iara in the room currently? Because she was here when we left.
Yeah, sure. Oh, I guess, yeah, it's still daytime, so I'll say she's still sitting there drinking some tea. Here, let me give you a picture of Iara Ducat. If I could find her, where did I put her? There she is. She's right at the top. I'm blind. A dark elf who is carrying a bunch of blades and has a mask over her face, who's been kind of sitting there quietly. So yeah, those two are there as well.
Have I seen her before, or is she pretty new to me?
Who, Iara?
Yeah.
No, you definitely have not seen her before. Drow are extremely rare.
Okay.
And often looked upon with some fear because of
Gotcha.
the proclivities of their peoples. Were you saying something, Mia?
How can she be drinking if her face is covered?
She uncovers it every now and then, takes a sip of tea, then pulls the mask back up.
Ooh, how mysterious.
How mysterious. Then stirs her tea with, actually, Maldonis, you would get the sense from her, judging by how she holds her tea and, like the way she stirs it, that she is nobility. She definitely has a bit of she has a bit of air of, someone who might come from a noble household.
Okay. I'll make a mental note of it, but I try not to make a facial expression.
Alright, so the three of you enter with this new person. What is everyone doing?
I would
I'm
be
going to
playing with cards
Okay.
when they come in.
I'm gonna go around and force monkey muffins on everyone.
Alright, Mia hands out some of the pastries she acquired from the town square. So, as there's a bit of quiet, IR kind of looks up at Meldonis and says, "Who's this?"
He approached us on the market. He works for Blackwater.
Oh, so you brought him here to show him me. Seems like a good idea.
Works
Some
is
size.
kind of a stretch, but yes. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Meldonis, and I would like your help.
Help with what?
Taking down Lord Blackwater.
Oh.
Well, maybe.
Seems like a lot of people are down for that.
Well, I have discovered some information that I feel would be quite useful to all of you.
Wait, so you
Well,
work
first of all,
for-
what do you mean with taking down? Are we killing him? Are we robbing him? What are we doing?
Also,
Let me
why
give
do you
you-
think we would do something like that? He made quite a generous offer towards us.
He does not trust you. And that's the information I come bringing before you today. I have reason to believe that he is following you and watching your movements.
Kind of hard not to watch my movements. I'm a gloriously beautiful giant woman.
What do you get out of this? Why are you coming and telling us this?
I have some friends that don't exactly see eye to eye with Lord Blackwater and would be very pleased with his downfall, whether it be financial or physical.
So,
Doesn't-
but don't you... My apologies, IR says. You just said you work for him, but you are wishing to bring him down. Also, why is this white-haired girl here? She looks towards Riven and the strange white-haired girl sitting next to her. Are we just bringing random people into the meeting room?
Mia's gonna lean over and hand the white-haired girl a muffin.
She just kind of
I do-
stares at it.
I'll go to
I
the
will
white.
throw fire eyes at that girl.
But you don't know she tried to steal anyway, so you could.
I don't recognize her.
So you know what happened was that Riven saw her trying to steal from you. She actually rolled really well, so you didn't notice. And then Riven chased her, but you had no idea why Riven chased after her, and you didn't actually see her because she was actually pretty
okay,
good at
then never
stealthing. You're not sure who this girl is or why Riven chased her down. So yeah, Iris says, back to the question though. So you say you work for Lord Blackwater, but you also are looking to, as you put it, bring him down. I guess what's the relationship there? Why go against someone who's paying you? As a mercenary, this makes me a little uncomfortable.
My employment with Lord Blackwater isn't exactly voluntary.
Oh, Lord
So
Blackwater
what? You're a
has.
slave?
Does he have someone important to you? What's going on?
Him, not so much, but um, it's a bit more complicated than that, and I can't exactly go into detail. But just know that I want to help all of you out.
How very mysterious.
Hmm.
How do we know you're not some sort of double agent working with Blackwater to find out more about us?
Well, if me telling you that he's watching you and your every movement and coming out blatantly saying this should show that I'm not exactly watching all of you and reporting to him.
Give me a
Well,
persuasion check.
Okay.
So Iara just eyes you for a moment through her dark purple eyes and takes another sip of her tea.
can I roll insight?
Yeah, same.
Sure. So you get the feeling, for the most part, that he's being honest, though obviously he's not telling you everything. You don't get the feeling that he's lying to you about his intentions.
If you don't mind, Meldonis, and girl, I'm not sure I know your name, but could you step out for a moment? I'd like to speak with my party members
Of course.
alone.
I'll
So,
walk out.
okay, so you step out for a moment. Alira sort of looks to Riven as if asking if she could step out.
I'm going to say to Alira, how long would it take you to go to your? I'm going to say it quietly, so I'm not trying to hide it, but not so everybody else can hear. How long would it take you to go to your cave where you hid your gold and bring it back here?
So at this point, you probably can't send her off on other errands. Your suggestion spell is only having her follow you, basically. Because you can't give her multiple assignments. You can basically give her one assignment. So she's going to follow you until the spell wears off.
I'll tell her to stand outside with him and watch what he does.
Okay, so she stands outside. Alright, so the two of them step out of the room.
And I close the door. So, Riven, who is that?
Oh, she's the girl who robbed me yesterday
Why is she with you?
because
Where'd
I
you
told
find
her.
her?
I found her in the other tavern, in Darkwater Tavern.
She tried to rob
Actually,
Skiri.
actually, she was very clever. She could see me whilst I was invisible.
And she
That is
robbed you. And she robbed you, and no one noticed her. That's fairly impressive.
So you
sure?
brought her here to show what happens to people that try and steal from me?
No, I brought her here with an idea. Firstly, she wants to get back at Blackwater, so I thought that she could be quite useful with her talents.
Wait,
I mean, she's young.
get back at
I like
Blackwater.
her hair.
Well, she wants to steal something from Blackwater, so I thought it would be useful. She's running from someone.
What does she want to steal?
I don't know. I don't know that bit yet. She's running from someone in. Was it Hightown or Highguard?
Yeah, so Highguard is the border city that is kind of a couple of days south of where you are. It's sort of where the adventure started. Basically, you're in Chaur. Highguard is down here.
I wasn't. I was a slave.
Oh, yeah, so you haven't been there, but other members of the group have. It's a larger city kind of on the edge of the Empire.
So she's running from someone in Highguard, but I don't know why. And for some reason, she wants to build a life here while stealing from Blackwater. So I thought what would be useful with someone who was able to get past scurries in like perception and see me through invisibility, it would be good to give her to oh god, what are they? The thieves we're working with here.
So
And
the
why would we
person.
want to give them?
Well, alright, you go first.
I'm confused.
I'm going
I'm
to let.
confused.
Go on.
I'm confused as well. So the person that was stealing from us has suddenly decided to join us, and coincidentally wants
Oh,
to steal from Blackwater as well.
she wants to steal from Blackwater. I don't know why, but as for the coming here, it's because I told her to follow me and do what I say. So she's
And she,
following me and doing what I say.
I'll roll insight on that.
Sure.
I'm not hiding it. I just don't think I
Yeah,
explained
you're
it.
pretty sure he charmed her. And that would go along with the way she's acting, too. He has some kind of spell on her.
Yeah, so I'm going to get her to follow us to Neil. And I'm going to tell Neil to make her a part of their group. So then she's got some people that will look after her, and she can use the talent she's got useful and help
Why the
us.
fuck are we doing her any favors? And if she is an asset, why are we giving her away?
Scurvy, I think I know what's going on. Alright, Ribbon. I know it's been hard for you to find a girlfriend, but I just don't think that this is the way you should do it.
I'm
She
pretty
should
sure
always
everyone's
be for
gay.
you.
He can be bi.
True.
We don't know.
Hey, you're gay? When did that happen? Why didn't you tell me, man?
So,
I would have supported you.
what about the one out in the hallway, Meldonis?
I don't know. Seems fishy too, but
I want to trust him, but we should definitely keep an eye on him if he wants to stay with us.
He has a nice voice.
Worst case scenario, what we can do is we can have him divert Blackwater's attention when we actually try and strike.
As long as I get to hit people, I'm happy.
Well, are you sure he's trustworthy? I mean, if we tell him of our strike on Blackwater, we don't know if he'll just go and tell Blackwater our plans.
I don't think we'll tell him. I think we tell him we're striking somewhere else, and then have him tell Blackwater.
Like,
Hey,
test him.
Or
Hey,
we
that's
tail him
cool.
and see if he's gonna go and tell.
Maybe keep an eye on
If
him.
he does,
I
we
can-
kill him.
She says,
better.
I can do that actually, if you want, especially at night. I can tail him and see what he does.
even if he is trying to help us, I don't know how much help he'll really be. He seems like an adventurer, but I don't know if he has any special skills and whatnot. Maybe it'd be good to find out what he can do.
Agreed.
Otherwise, he can be a meat shield for all I care.
Then why don't we trial him out in the caves under town?
That seems dangerous.
Well,
You want to see what he can do? It's the perfect excuse. We're going to clear out
I'm not
dead
exactly
bodies.
comfortable with bringing someone under the employ of Blackwater into the plan to rob Blackwater.
He's not going to be a part of the plan to rob him. He's just a part of the plan to clear out the hall so that we can go and rob him.
Oh, so if you think that the tunnels that Blackwater knows about lead to his fucking estate, that we're in there and he doesn't trust us already, and he hears this, that he's not going to think, oh shit, they're trying to go through the tunnels to get to my fucking estate.
But he already knows there's tunnels down there anyway, and he'd know they'd lead to somewhere.
Yeah, but the
If you
problem
don't-
is
if
there's
you don't-
skeletons.
He hasn't cared about it because they're skeletons.
But if we're clearing out the skeletons and somehow that word reaches Blackwater, even if Meldonis means perfectly well, he might accidentally slip or something. We don't really know how proficient he is in.
Just not tell him why we're clearing out the skeletons. Why don't we just take a walk and happen upon them and
Because having
the
him
right
know that we
thing.
know about the tunnels is enough for us to get fucked by it.
I mean,
But what if we don't tell him why we know about the tunnel?
It's not about why, it's about that.
there's two options. Either he's telling the truth and Blackwater is watching us, or he's the one watching us for Blackwater. Either way,
why don't
we
you?
can-
No, go ahead. Sorry.
no, it's fine.
So IR says, why don't you check him out with the Blood Hand? They might have some info on him. They seem to be in the know of the happenings around here. And you said they're your allies, right?
As much as they could be allies.
So maybe check in with them, see if they know anything about him. Just a thought. Might be one way to get more information on this guy.
Does this involve a lot of walking? I feel like
I'm
there's a lot
gonna
of walking coming
I'm
up.
gonna walk over to the door and open it, and proffer for Meldonis to come inside.
All right. So Meldonis comes back in. Lyra, I guess, is standing out there for now.
Meldonis, I'm terribly sorry, but you have to understand that we can't just take your word at face value. We don't really know who you are, where you've come from. So,
Oh, of course, I understand.
but I would like to know, what can you offer us other than
Well,
information?
I am quite skilled when it comes to the arcane arts. I have done my fair share of work when it comes to adventuring, per se.
Are you a mercenary?
Not exactly. I have worked with mercenaries before, but
She says, or IR would say, so why are you, I mean, Blackwater has been gathering mercenaries for several seasons now. Why is it that you are under his employ if you're not a mercenary? I can see how you'd be useful to him as a magic user, but what exactly is it that is bringing you to his employ if you're not just doing it as a mercenary?
I have been under the Blackwater family estate for quite some time. I don't necessarily work directly for Lord Blackwater, but I currently work with him.
With is different than for, which is it? Did he enslave you, or are you a partner to him? You're being sus, man.
Thus indeed.
Yes and no. I work for the Blackwater family, and
Before he can keep talking, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Can I see this and stop her?
Yeah, probably. So you would see Mia getting kind of upset, and maybe a couple of people would be like, hold her back a little.
We're back. We're experienced. We know what's coming next. So,
And as they're holding
Meldonis.
back- Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Meldonis, so you're saying Blackwater's been following us?
not exactly him personally, but he has people
Ah.
following you, yes.
I see. Interesting. Well, how about this? If you can help us set up a trap to catch the people somehow that are following us, that would certainly be... I guess that would... maybe we shouldn't do that. That would be like telling Blackwater we're onto us.
Yes, if he doesn't know that we have this information, then attacking his spies would basically confirm it.
So Maldonis, other than telling us that he's being followed us, what use actually are you?
Yeah. I
Well,
can make
if
sure he
you-
tells the truth. Are you willing to subject yourself?
Of course. I have nothing dishonest to say.
I cast Circle of Truth, and
All right. So what? Sorry, what did you say, Meldonis?
That he has nothing dishonest to say.
All right. So this is going to take 10 minutes, so I assume you kind of clear an area in the room to make your circle of truth.
yeah.
All right. So you basically spend the 10 minutes creating this zone, and So Meldonis, you're gonna fail the saving throw and subject yourself to it.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, what are you gonna ask him?
I didn't think about this.
Why do you want to betray Blackwater?
Good question.
Ever since he came back from one of his expeditions, he's become quite a bit more cruel than he has been in the past. And on top of that, some of my friends don't exactly like Lord Blackwater and would enjoy seeing him, or would enjoy seeing his downfall.
And
Why
who
did
these
you-
friends be?
Fellow adventurers, or perhaps personal acquaintances?
Friends
Okay.
who work in the same line as I do.
I see. And by downfall,
Why did you came to us with this? What do you think our attitude towards Blackwater is?
Well, with how they treat a lot of people, I would suggest the public opinion of the Blackwater family isn't very good. And from the stories that I've heard of all of your exploits, you don't seem like very bad individuals, so...
and by downfall, I'm guessing you mostly mean economic, correct? You want to
Not
see his...
necessarily.
Well, then what exactly do you mean by downfall? Are you trying to ruin his reputation, kill him? Just it's not economic. Then what else?
Any of those options, really. If you wanted to steal a lot of money from him, or ruin his reputation in this city, or have him meet an untimely end, all of those are fine with me.
Well,
So either ruin his life or kill him.
I suppose simply by entertaining this idea, if you are a spy, we would already have revealed that we aren't exactly the best friends of Blackwater.
Why don't we do the obvious? Are you a spy for Blackwater?
No, I'm not.
Well, there we go.
Are you spying on us for anybody else?
No.
Do you like monkey muffin?
I do, actually.
Oh, nice. Me too.
I'm going to look over to Ayara and sort of see if I can read her expressions. I guess I need an insight for that.
So, I mean, she's just been listening quietly, probably observing him. As for her, so, like, what exactly you mean read her expressions? Like, how you think she
Like,
feels about this?
Is she is she dubious, or is she sort of like optimistic, thoughtful, or...
I mean, just looking at her expression, she's not really giving away anything. Yeah, you could probably just ask her.
I'll ask her. What do you think, Ara? Would you be okay with this? Do you mind taking on extra risk?
She shrugs. She says, "I didn't know I had a vote. How you all run your affairs is your business. Me personally, he has admitted to not being a spy in the Zone of Truth, so that is a little bit reassuring. But
Is she caught in the zone?
no,
damn it.
she's not going anywhere near that Zone of Truth. She says, I mean, it's...
Hisses at it like a cat. Hisses at it like a cat.
Yeah, get that away from me. So yeah, she just shrugs. She says, I don't know if I would fully trust him. I'm suspicious of who his friends are, but I mean, from what he said in the Zone of Truth, like I said, I don't necessarily think he's going to turn on you. It seems like he genuinely wishes the downfall of Blackwater, whatever his reasons might be.
And hold on. You said you had other friends that are working for Blackwater that like to see his downfall, right?
No.
In the same industry, not necessarily working from Blackwater.
No, in my line of work.
Oh.
Not. Yes.
And what is your
So
line of work then?
Moving things around secretively.
Smuggler.
Oh, that's a word for it.
Interesting.
Would some of these friends of yours be skilled enough to be considered for employment by Blackwater?
Yes, definitely, but they don't exactly like Lord Blackwater.
Oh no, I'm not saying that they should work for him. I'm saying that we were worried about you being an inside man on our side. Wouldn't hurt to have a couple of inside men on their side if we're doing this.
We have one. It's him.
Yeah, but we can have a couple more.
Well, for now, I'm actually rather content with Meldonis. I think we should turn our attentions to this poor girl.
Oh, no,
Riven, can you undo? And I'm gonna open the door and motion for the girl to come in.
Should I keep the circle up for her?
Yep,
You can't.
definitely.
Well, okay, keep the circle.
Yeah,
up,
Riven,
and I'm gonna try to stand in the circle.
So you would have to enter it too, because she would have to follow you in there. You can't give her commands like that.
Okay, I'll stand in the circle.
Alright,
This is really
so,
cool.
Saving throw.
so she's gonna make a charisma saving throw.
I'm gonna make it.
You know she made it, so she is resisting the magics.
Yeah, she resisted.
well, I suppose first thing we
We're
can do is
walking out. We're walking out of it.
Apparently, Riven did not resist it.
Walk out of it, and I'm walking out. Nope, not happening.
Alright.
Does that work? You walk out and back in?
No. Once you resist it, it's resisted for the spell. But yeah, so Riven would have failed it. So while Riven is in this circle, he would have to tell the truth, but she would not.
But I'm telling her to walk out the circle and follow me as I walk out the circle, so I'm good.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she just walks out as well.
I think Riven should stop whatever spell he has on this poor girl. I can tell she's not there.
Not yet. Who's got a map of the town?
Iris, as you know, with how many spells you're throwing around, Riven, you're going to find yourself dead in an alley soon. The Crimson Blade don't take kindly to such flagrant magic use.
The who?
She sighs. She says,
Wait, you don't have permission?
I doubt he does.
For what?
No,
What do you want about?
No trained spellcaster would be using magic as he is, especially fairies. She says.
What are you on about?
She says the
Seriously,
Empire has rules against magic use, my friend. You're not supposed to just be casting spells willy nilly.
Why?
Why? Because
Like it.
it's against the law.
Why?
Oh, I'm not playing this game.
Like, I'm a fairy. Where I come from, everybody has
Says,
magic. It's
listen,
like being.
I don't care myself. I'm just trying to give you some advice. If you're going to use magic, you should be more discreet about it.
Did you
I am,
notice the
I mean-
reaction of the people in the tavern yesterday?
Yes, I thought that was weird as well, but I just thought they were all common people who were very easily frightened.
Yes, that's everyone here, which is why we don't do it.
They're all easily frightened.
I don't want to talk to Riven. I want to talk to this
Remember
girl.
the uproar you caused when there said there was a dragon coming? Yes, they're easily frightened.
Yeah, so that's why I thought they
that
reacted
was
like.
funny.
It was, wasn't it? I made their
It
lives
was
more
so
interesting.
funny. Right.
Most of these people have never seen magic or dragons. So if you continue to
They have. Hero.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so it's something to lighten up their dull lives. They have
Exactly.
stories to tell their grandkids. They
Get a
saw
little
magic.
exercise.
Where
Ira
I
would
come from,
just
everyone did.
In it,
go back to sipping her tea. At that
at
point.
least try to keep a low profile in the future.
I did keep a low profile. Nobody knew I'd done it.
Well,
Everyone knows you did it.
No. This girl, what I did to her, no one knows I did it other than you guys who do.
well,
Yeah, sure.
unless you intend to kill her, she's going to know when she awakes from this.
And what you're going to tell? Hi, someone who turned themselves invisible who, after I tried to rob when she's running from guards already. And I
Every
just
rumor
tell
adds
Blackwater.
up.
Well, she doesn't have to tell them about the robbing part. She could just say that you ensorcelled her and made her do things.
If I punch her in the head really hard, she'll probably forget the last couple days.
You punch her hard enough, she'll never remember anything.
Hmm.
Well,
True.
But I'm
Riven.
also going to give her a place where she can be safe and doesn't have to run anymore. That's the point of it.
So
I'm going to take her to the Bloodhound so that she can be a part of them, so she has a future, so she has a life, so she doesn't have to steal all the time. That's why I'm doing it.
You do know the
So you
blood.
What's
Yeah.
wrong
Oh.
with stealing?
Also,
That's
the blood
not exactly
Go ahead. Sorry.
a good choice if you don't want to steal or have a.
Yes, the blood
Very,
hand are fairly known for stealing. So I think if you bring her to them, she's probably just going to steal more.
Probably get
Yeah.
a lot better at it.
Yeah.
She'll have a group of people who will help look after her. She'll have a group of people that want to keep her safe. And she'll be useful to them. And
at
us,
least you
because
have a group
they're
of
safe.
people who will use her somehow.
As opposed
I don't know
As
if that's-
opposed to what she's got, she's going to steal, get caught, and then get killed in a ditch. I caught her, and I'm not that good at sneaking.
So why don't we keep her with us?
Really? How are you
Be
going
a
to?
pet.
Well, at the end of the day, I don't think we can just keep her charmed 24/7. So we should just talk.
No, I
to her.
can't. It'll wear off in a couple of hours. Like she'll go back to doing whatever she wants to do in a couple of hours.
Can you not
So it's not
uncharm her
enslaved.
now?
No, because I want her to show me something on a map, and then I will
What do you
drop it.
want her to show you?
I want her to show me where the cave she's living in is, so that when the spell fails, if she
So,
runs away,
She
I'll
doesn't
roughly know
necessarily have to do that. In fact, she probably won't because she knows you're charming her right now.
Alright, if you can't do it, then I'll just drop it.
There are other ways to get a girl to take you home, man.
So
I don't want to go home with her.
As you drop
That's what you
the
just
spell, she yells, "What the fuck?" and draws her dagger and says, "Don't you ever cast magic on me again or I'll stab you right in the eye, you little shit." And she threatens
You ever threaten my loot fairy again, you'll find yourself in a ditch sooner than you can say stab.
Give me give me an intimidate check. She's backed off kind of with her dagger drawn now. Alright, so she definitely seems intimidated. She says, "What the hell is wrong with that thing? It keeps doing magic on me."
Listen, I have a theory. And although this is not the right way
Yeah,
to go
I
about
think the
it,
best part for the conversation is to leave the theory about his wet dreams alone for now.
just say,
Well, first things first. I'm Nalo. What would your name be?
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
So,
12? Oh, that's not terrible. She would say, "My name is Lyra. What?" She seems very confused.
I'm Mia, here's a monkey muffin.
She says, "Look, I'm sorry I stole or tried to steal from your group. I will just give your stuff back, please. Just leave me alone."
So you don't want a monkey muffin.
She says,
how do we
"No."
know you won't steal from us again?
She Just because I don't want to end up charmed following some weird fairy around.
Do you
You
want
don't
to stop
even have
running?
to steal the muffin. You can just take it. I'm giving it to you.
Do you want to stop running for the rest of your life, or do you want to constantly be looking behind your back for the people from Highguard who want you?
She
How do you
looks.
know all this?
She told me.
He's. I didn't tell him anything. He's got weird fairy powers. I don't know how he knows all this stuff.
So answer the question, or I'll use more fairy powers and make worse things happen.
No, Riven. No, that's. Let's not do that.
If she answers
It
the question,
also
I
be
win.
kind of fun to watch him do it.
She says, "Please, can I just leave? Like I said, I won't bother your group anymore. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I'm sorry."
Look,
Do you know who
my
the Blood
party
Hand
has
is?
this bad habit of wanting to help out lost dogs. At the moment, you're the lost dog. They want to make sure you're going to be alright. Now, you've
I
got
was the
trouble
last.
in high water. We don't give a shit about that. We don't give a shit about the stealing of anything that's commendable that I didn't see you try and do it. Even though my friend here did. They're just trying to help, and as much as I don't like them helping out people, just for the sake of yourself, listen to them.
Give me a persuasion check. No.
Yeah, no.
Look, I'll. What do you want from me? She says, "What do you want me to do?" Just, I
I
don't.
want you to give what you stole from me back, which I've already asked you and you said you're going to.
Yes.
And I'm willing to introduce you to the Blood Hand so you can be safe and not have to run anymore.
She says, "The Blood Hand. No, I ran away from them in Highguard. They'd kill me if you took me to them."
Whoa!
Wow, Riven, the problem solving.
I know, right?
Great, man. That's 100%. Take your new girlfriend to the people who are trying to kill her. No wonder
She's not
you
my
picked a
girlfriend!
date.
She
Okay,
says,
okay.
"Look, I appreciate it, but yeah, I'm not. Me and the Blood Hand we don't mesh very well. I may have stolen something from them, and I had to leave Highguard because of it. If they have a chapter
Interested
here,
what you steal.
Wait,
give
you
me
stole from the thieves?
yes.
Maybe we can use her.
Honor among thieves is a thing, which I'm not happy about.
Use
That
is a-
code breaking.
Not a great word to use. Maybe employ would be a better word, but
So
Illyrio,
she perks up a bit at that. Nalo, give me another persuasion check with advantage. She says,
Oh,
that's
wow.
terrible. She says, if you're offering work, depending on what the pay is, I would be happy to work for you all. I mean, other than the trying to charm me and making me do things against my will, the others here seem to have a pretty good reputation around town. As long as you keep that
You
weird
stole-
fairy away from me. Yeah, I'll give you your
You
money
stole-
back.
You stole from me, I charmed you. How about we call that bit when you give me my money back even?
She says, I'll get your money. Hang on. And she, can I leave and go get it?
As long as you
I'm
come
not
back,
sure.
if you don't, I'm going to come after you again, and I'll charm you again. But this time I will walk you to the Blood Hand.
Somebody should go with her.
She says,
I'll go with
Escort
her.
her?
Oh, sorry, everyone was kind of talking. What are you saying?
Oh.
All right, so she says, I will come back. If you actually do have employment for me, I could use the gold. I'm trying to reestablish myself here. But if you want to send one of your people with you, as long as it's not that crazy fairy, I'm fine with that.
Before you do go, what is it exactly that you stole from the Blood Hand? Because we might be able to clear your name with them, at least in this chapter.
Or give it back.
She seems hesitant. She says, I'm willing to work for you, and I can steal information and do things for you, but I don't know if I trust you enough yet to give you that info of what I took.
Alright, well, heads up, we have some ties with the Blood Hand here.
She
So
says
that is a thing. We'll keep you out of it and keep, you out of our mouths when we're near them, but
She says
eventually it might be nice to clear a name with them.
She says that's fine. The Bloodhand chapter here might not even know me. I just don't want to take any chances.
That's fair.
So I would,
Send
yes, appreciate it if you didn't tell them about me. And she's going to go get the gold unless someone's going to say anything.
Oh, I'll go with her.
I'm
As
gonna
long as-
go upstairs in my room and summon my owl. I'm gonna show her the girl and tell her to follow her quietly through the day. See what she does.
So are you going to tell her to wait for you to do that, or are you just going to...
And, I'm gonna show when they come back. I'm gonna show the girl to
later
her.
on. All right, so Nalo, you go with this girl. She takes you outside the tavern. Actually, since the group is together, I'll just use the party token again. But she would take you over to a cave, actually pretty close to the Maplewood, that you see she has a bunch of herbs growing inside it. You're not sure what they are, but they look like they could be valuable. And she grabs kind of a sack of gold from farther back in the cave and tosses it to you. She says, "Here, that's the fairy's money I took."
Why haven't you spent it yet?
She says, "I just wasn't sure what I was going to spend it on. There's not much to buy in this town. I guess I could have gotten a room for myself, but I've only had it a little while, and I've been a little worried about staying in the inn because the Blood Hand do have people there."
What was your long-term goal if you were just gonna live in a cave forever, like stealing gold just to hoard it?
Give me a persuasion check. She says, "Well, look at little Mr. Judgy over here. Look, I was figuring it out, okay? I've only been here a few days." And she says,
All right.
She says it kind of playfully, like she's joking around with you a little too. She says, I don't know what my long-term goals were yet, okay? I'm still figuring out my place."
I see. Well, stealing is not necessarily the best. Even if you stop stealing from us, I wouldn't condone stealing from anyone else either. It's not exactly the best thing to do.
Why do we
You might
send
get
Nala
caught.
with her?
So she says, "Well, I'm pretty good at stealing usually. I just happened to screw up when the fairy saw me. Honestly, it was a bad play. I should have waited till you guys were in the tavern again. So that was kind of on me. But I'm actually not too bad at stealing things."
All right, let's head back.
All right. So you head back to the tavern. It's probably getting close to about afternoon at this point. What does the group want to do?
Are the bears nearby? Because I would like snuggles.
Yeah, they're out in the stables.
Has Nalo come back yet?
Yeah, so Nalo returns with her, and I assume gives you your gold pieces.
Yes, I hand him all the gold.
All of it? How much was there?
It's 10. That's how much you got stolen from, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know if you had extra.
Well, I mean, she had other stuff there, but I mean, I don't think
I didn't know if
Nalo's...
he got extra.
Oh, no, I don't think so. She didn't give you any extra gold. She says, "So, I guess what kind of employment did you mean when you said you could hire me?"
Can you steal a ring from Blackwater? A very specific ring.
Oh, so she says, "I've been looking at Blackwater's estate, and I haven't found a good way in. It's pretty heavily guarded, which is one of the reasons why I haven't tried to do any moves against him."
But fortunately, we have someone who works on the inside, don't we, Meldonis?
Oh yes, I can get her in.
She says, "Oh,
Although,
well, it's not easy to steal a ring from someone, especially if they're wearing it, but I could at least gather some intel if you can get me in."
Oh, there we are.
Maybe steal
And
other
then-
things.
You can steal what you want from his house to pop it yourself. I don't care. But that would be useful if you get certain information about a very specific ring. And can someone describe the ring that it is? Because I don't know it.
All right, yeah, sure. So you kind of describe the ring that you've seen him wearing. And she nods. She says, well, if he's wearing it, like I said, it's going to be hard to get it, but I could see if he takes it off or if there's a place where he puts it down where I might be able to snatch it up. What would my payment for this be? Because I assume you all would be keeping this ring.
Do you want monkey bread?
No, you can't pay me in monkey bread. Sorry.
The payment is us not telling the Bloodhound that you're here.
Give me a intimidation check with disadvantage.
Wouldn't she want to be scared of me anyway?
The laugh.
She says, I thought we were going to be working together. If you're just going to threaten me, I'm not interested.
How about one shiny gold piece?
That seems rather low to steal from Blackwater.
Shut up.
She's not stealing from Blackwater. She's getting information.
Sure, if you can get me in, I'll see what I can do.
And see if there's any places we can get into the place through the keep. Like any secret entrances.
She puts out her hand for the gold piece.
I'll put out a hand. I'll give her a gold piece and say, if you can get an inventory of how many men are in there, how strong they are, and anything like we said on Blackwater and the ring he wears, that'd be great. And if you ever uncover a bunch of very important information, we'd be more than willing to pay a fair share for that as well.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
This sheet's weird, so I'm just gonna roll it twice real quick before I fix it. There you go.
Alright.
Oh wait, no, it is.
So she says, and your guy here, Meldonis, can get me in?
Oh yes, I can get you in. And really, I could tell you all that information about how many men are guarding the place, any secret entrances. Honestly, we just need her for the ring. I can't exactly take it without being noticed.
So does
We
he
do
take the ring
already
off?
have a plan.
So...
Yeah, but if we can get the ring without having to do the plan, that's even better, because then we don't have to share it with anyone, because nobody knows we've got it.
Alright, so we just decided to let the new guy know our plan now? Great.
I haven't.
I mean, he now knows there's a plan.
He just knows there is a plan. I mean, we're talking about stealing a ring. It's not like we're...
Well,
we haven't really said what the plan was.
so Iris says, well, we could have her as a backup, maybe as an easier way of getting the ring, while you all work on your other plan.
So you don't need to do anything hasty.
But
I'm...
Alira says, how would you get me in, Meldonis? What's your plan? Would you...
Well, I would...
Go ahead.
There are a couple of options that I could use. If you're not really against pain, I could probably bring you in as a research subject for Lord Blackwater, but I doubt you'll want to do that. Could bring you in as one of the help.
She says research subject. What do you mean?
Doesn't sound too
Lord
good.
Blackwater likes to do research on a great many things. Some are less painful than others.
That sounds weird. Yeah, why don't we go with the other option? Could you try to get me in as a servant or something?
Oh, yes.
She says, all right, well, yeah, let's do that. I could go inside as a servant and maybe gather some information. Is there anything I need to do to prepare for this?
Not exactly. If you're good at following orders, some of the other servants will help you get started, and after a bit, you can familiarize yourself with the estate.
She says, I'm pretty good at bullshitting, so I think I can pull that off.
Good to know.
All right, tomorrow then, or I guess whenever you think is best, let me know and we can do that.
Well, if you want to head back now, I'm heading back there myself.
She nods. Says, all right, thank you all. Well, except the fairy, but the rest of you seem fairly nice. I won't let you down.
Without me, you wouldn't have had the opportunity. So maybe do thank me.
Illyra, here, and I'm gonna pull out a gold piece, and I'm gonna say, this is so you don't steal while you're working for us. Believe me, I know it's can be hard not to steal. I used to be a pickpocket myself.
She says, well, this will at least help me live all right for a few days. So, sure, I won't steal with some. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll be good. I won't get myself caught. How about that?
Fine.
I like
that is
it.
acceptable.
I agree to that one as well.
She nods and says, yeah, I'll lay off dangerous thefts, but I might steal a little bit just to get some of the stuff I need.
Main
Alright.
focus is the ring.
She says, yeah, well, I'm assuming if he's got tons of guards and your people... well, actually, did you mention that the Blood Hand were trying to get it?
Nope.
Okay. So if he has tons of guards and he constantly wears this ring, I don't think it's going to be easy to steal, but I'll see what I can do. Like I said, I'll keep an eye on him. Alright, so Meldonis, you're going to attempt to get her hired at the Blackwater estate?
Yep.
Alright, so we don't have to... Unless you want, we don't have to RP that too much. It would probably just involve a persuasion check.
Okay.
And you do have an inspiration point, so it is something...
Nick?
So, are you familiar with inspiration?
Kind of.
So normally you're either inspired or you're not, and you can use that inspiration to gain advantage on a roll. I do a point system where you can have up to 10 points. You start with 1, so you can use that to gain advantage on a roll you make if you spend an inspiration point.
Okay.
Was someone else saying something? Sorry, I think I cut someone off.
Yeah, before she goes, I will tell her that if she gets caught by Blackwater, if she needs to give up someone she's working for that's believable, to tell her she's working for Orcard.
She nods. She says, I don't know who that is, but I'm sure I can spin a story. Well, who is this Orcard, just so I have some details?
That's the leader of the Iron Tide, the, goblins that have been ransacking the place.
Wait, the guys that you defeated?
The guys that are currently taking a break.
I thought you all killed them. That's what the story
You're
is.
a thief.
No,
You're a thief. Why are you starting to judge us for misleading people? Really?
Oh. Well,
We didn't mislead anyone.
I didn't say I was judging you. I'm just telling you what I heard.
It sounded
We
like
never
you were.
told anyone we killed them. They're currently ceasing their operations for the foreseeable future. They shouldn't return to doing what they're doing for a while, but they're still around.
But the group did tell the town when you came back that they were not a problem anymore, right?
True.
Yeah, so that's the story
Which
that's
they're
been
not.
going around, that you defeated them.
Never mind.
Were you trying to tell the town that you just negotiated with them?
No, we left it up to them. Like, if they
Okay.
want to believe that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So you left it kind of vague. So yeah, that's mostly what people have been saying, that they've been defeated. So anyway, she nods and says, "All right, well, I'll let him know that then, assuming I get caught, which I will not. So don't worry." All right. So, and Tal, you said you were gonna have your familiar follow her.
Yeah, keep an eye on her as much as possible.
All right.
But
So,
behave like a normal bird.
so to get her hired, it would probably just be a couple of persuasion checks. So Meldonis, do you want to
Mhm.
give me? I'll say, give me 2 persuasion checks.
Okay.
See how
I
this
do kind of
goes.
want to spin it as she's a charity case, and this will improve our um
Image.
image. Yeah,
All right.
with the town.
So what are you trying to get her hired as? Like a cook, a normal servant, someone who's like a
Um,
like
like a maid,
okay, so just
so that
someone
gives
who
her
would
more access to the house.
okay. And also a fairly easy job to get. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. I'll say you can have advantage on the first one.
Don't need it.
Why does he keep doing plus
I don't know
3?
why. Yeah,
Let me take a look at your character sheet and see what's going on there.
because it shows the
Guidance.
plus or the 7. Oh, it says I have guidance on. That's weird.
No.
Yeah. I think I know what is happening because I've been seeing this bug a bit. So if you go to the first page, the core,
Mm-hmm.
there's a place for global skill modifiers. I'm just going to add guidance and take it off because that usually fixes it.
Oh, okay.
So guidance 1d4. Try rolling now, and it should give it to you again. And try rolling now. Okay, yeah, that worked.
Oh.
All right. So with the 22, you spend a couple of hours talking to some of the staff at Lord Blackwater's house, because obviously he doesn't really do this type of thing himself. You spin a pretty good tale, and they do agree to have her come in as a maid. And I'm going to have her make a deception check. Yes, so she does pretty good in her deception, and they agree to bring her on. So she is now a maid at the Blackwater estate. So that took you a couple of hours. So we'll say it's about 2 o'clock now when you return. Alira is currently at the Blackwater estate. What does the group want to do? I assume you come back and tell them what happened.
Yeah. I'll swing back by the group and let them know.
All right. So yeah, what does the group want to do at this point? It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Alira seems to, at least for the time being, have infiltrated the Blackwater estate.
So are we telling him the plan or not?
Are we what?
Are we telling Maldonis the plan or not?
And
What?
first you have to decide if the original plan is still on.
Oh,
I'd say it is, because I
it
honestly
is.
think the chances of her being able to steal that ring off his finger is pretty small.
I think having more than one plan in action is the better option, because at least then we have different opportunities to take.
True.
So if you're going to continue, we can start doing that and decide what to tell him on the way.
So we go back to the tunnels to clear them all out. Are we still wanting to reduce the guards in there, or keep the same amount of guards that are in there as normal?
You mean in Blackwater's estate? You mean like?
Yes. Yes.
I think all the plans we talked about were a bit too far fetched in terms of drawing them away. It's
Yeah, but now we've got
possible, but
someone. Now we've got someone on the inside who could just tell them that the Iron Tide's coming back.
no,
And
I don't
send
know.
They didn't care about the Iron Tide before. What they do now?
Hmm.
No.
We could
Although
ask
I
him
think
Plus,
to get them
didn't the
all in.
Bloodhound have a plan to, like, distract the
so
guards?
the Blood Hand, well, first they wanted you all to clear those tunnels so they could explore underneath Blackwater's estate, which was the first phase of their plan. As for leading the guards away, you're not sure if they had something set up for that, but Cithril mentioned that she had other plans that she was brewing. So that's all the Blood Hand wanted you to do for the time being, was just clear out those tunnels.
Let's go clear the tunnels out.
Alright, so yeah, are you going to head back underground?
Yeah.
How long was it we were waiting for Meldonus before he came back from?
It was about 2 hours.
Okay. Not long enough. All right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
are you going to lead him underground, or what's the plan?
I think we just take Maldonis down with us, clear out skeletons. Even if we do tell him the extent of our plan, he's not a spy for anyone, so I don't see why he would betray us.
Pretty sure Blackwater thought the same.
Although, I'm curious as to why Blackwater started acting differently. Maybe he was overcome by some...
I want to know about the experiment. Yeah, so I guess we're taking Meldonus down into the tunnels with us.
Alright, so you're heading to the Blood Hands secondary base.
Yeah.
Alright, so you make your way to the Maplewood. Meldonus, they seem to be leading you somewhere.
Okay.
Though they haven't said much about what they're doing. As you get to one of the houses in the town, you would knock and a little latch would slide open and you would see a set of eyes, and he says, what do you want? Whoever this is. Hey, you deaf. What do you want?
Here's a Chaur. We're here to come inside.
Here to continue our business. We've been here before.
He closes the latch for a moment. About 2 minutes later, the door opens and he looks around and says, come on, come in. So you would enter the house, and he would lead you to the latch, or to the hatch in the back area, and says, all right, go on down.
And we begin the descent.
I'm
Alright.
flying down.
Do I recognize this person?
In the house here?
Mhm.
You do not know.
Okay.
You don't.
to
So, yeah, none of these. You don't recognize any of the people here, no.
As I walk past someone, I'm going to ask, "Where's Neil?"
I think he's in the main base. I don't know. I haven't spoken
Alright.
to him.
When you see him, tell him the fairy said hi, and he still owes me 3 dates.
Alright, so you would climb down into a very old-looking set of tunnels that go deep underneath the town of Chaur. Do you have any knowledge of history, Meldonus? Proficiency in history?
No,
Okay.
I do not.
So they look, they look extremely old, and the architecture style looks very foreign to you. But the group seems to know this place, and they just start heading deeper into the tunnels.
Yeah, I'm also gonna cast 8 again, twice at 3rd level, so everyone has plus 10 HP.
Okay, so you can all add 10 hit points to your HP. They would lead you through these tunnels for what seems like an eternity as they just wind and twist all over the place. It seems like a pretty massive set of, a massive underground area. Give me a D20 roll for events. Let's see if anything happens, because these tunnels are still a bit dangerous. All right. So as you're going through the tunnels this time, give me a. Up to two of you can give me a survival check for navigating.
Someone who's good in it does it.
Be Mia. Mia,
Yeah,
Tao.
survival.
13. Anyone helping Tal?
Just Tao by himself carrying the whole party.
God. Don't
Well,
kill us.
so
Mia, hello.
all right, so 13 is not terrible. So maybe you get a little bit lost in the winding tunnels, but you don't do too bad. However, during your expedition, you notice something strange as you're walking down one of the hallways. There is a side hallway with some light coming from it. Do you want to do anything, or just keep going the way you're going?
I think we check
Let's
it
go
out.
take a look.
All right, so you come to a caved-in area, but you do see light coming from the other side of the cave-in. There's like light coming through the cracks. Looks like it's pretty badly caved in, so you don't see an easy way of getting past the rocks, but there might be something on the other side.
Do I hear anything?
Give me a perception check. So at first you don't hear anything, but after a moment you think you hear the sound of footsteps, a faint sound coming from somewhere far in the distance on the other side of this cave-in. So something might be walking around over there.
I guess we have to start digging.
I don't want to start digging. I think we just continue forward.
Does anyone... So also, if anyone has nature training, that might help you here. Nature proficiency. Or actually, no. Let me use survival. It would be survival, if anyone wants to make a survival check.
Oh God.
Oh,
Okay. Anyone else?
Nope, not today.
may as well.
Okay.
Not much better.
So yeah, there's definitely something moving around behind this cave-in, but you don't get much more information than that from those checks.
We can go on, or we can try and see what other tunnel might lead to that.
So
What do we wanna do?
this is a pretty massive cave-in. To excavate it, you need like a bunch of people with picks and probably a couple of days. So it's not something you could get into easily.
They're not going to find us right now. Let's keep going.
All right,
Yeah, I think we just continue forward.
All right. So I will mark on your map that you found this in case you want to look into it later. Sorry, give me a moment. Okay, so the group continues moving back towards the halls of Tarsus. And yeah, probably about a half hour later you would reach it. So it's now about 3 o'clock. Spent about an hour navigating the caves or tunnels. So you re-enter this area where you had that large fight. Go ahead and drag your tokens onto the map up here.
We find they've all resurrected and we gotta do it again.
Oh God, no! Please don't.
No, it seems like it's still quiet. The bones still litter this place from where you fought all those skeletons. There would not still be a torch burning down there. But yeah, no, it seems quiet. It's very dark. I assume some of you would have had light sources as you were going through the tunnels, right?
Yeah, I don't
Cast light on my shield.
Okay, so Tal has
I'd have
his
to-
shield lit up as you come in from this area. But yeah, no, you re-enter the area. The door is still closed from where you reclosed it, and the door to the south is still destroyed. Are you pulling torches into the hallway over here?
Dancing lights because I cast dancing light.
You do have to see the area you cast dancing light in, so you'd have to open the door to cast it over there.
I thought we were already in here.
Door is closed since yesterday.
Oh, yeah, no, you could cast it in this room, but yeah, when you guys left, you closed this door,
Oh, okay.
so it's still closed. But yeah, it doesn't seem like anything new came through this area. What do you want to do?
We wanted to look down the tunnel that was in the straight ahead one, wasn't it? Where the first monitors come through, because that was the one that said laboratory.
Yeah, so the south one said laboratory, and this one also said laboratory. But the south door has now been destroyed, so there's no door there anymore.
So let's go south then.
Alright, so you head into the south hallway. Again, the architecture here seems a bit different, actually, even from the tunnels you were just in. The hallways are about 10 feet wide with ceilings up to about 15 feet, so a pretty large hallway. As you head south, you see that the room here is partially flooded, and you hear a lot of dripping.
Okay.
You also notice a doorway down the hallway here.
I vote we don't get wet.
I'm gonna at least move up to check it out. See how much I can look inside.
Okay, so Tal, you take
Maybe
a look.
take one more step in.
Take a look into the room here to the south. You see a large wall in the center of the room with a hole in it, kind of over here, that you could kind of duck down into and swim through if you wanted to, as the floor here is a bit flooded.
Yeah, that looks uncomfortable. I say we take this room last.
Does anyone have survival? You might know something.
Yeah.
Is Mia here?
I am not rolling well today.
Also, Mia, if you can, drag your token onto the map here.
I've been trying to. It keeps giving me a can't place symbol. Oh, what's going on?
Alright, there you go.
Oh, yay, now I can see everything. Thank you, almighty DM.
No worries. So what did you get for your survival? Okay, no. You don't get
I'm
much
rolling really
information,
bad.
unfortunately. But yeah, there
Yeah.
is a lot of water in this room and flooding. You'd also notice what looks like a cave in to the east here. A large section of the ceiling just came down and kind of blocks off part of the room.
Yeah, sorry, I'll go flying in. Then I just hover. Oh god.
Alright, so unfortunately, you do have to get down into the water to get through this gap here. Because well, you can see through it, but the stone above it is actually blocking passage, so you would have to go swimming to get through.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, this
Go
water does look very gross. It's filled with like black chunks.
Doesn't somebody have that purify thing? Can't you just purify him after he gets all nasty?
We can do that, but there's a lot of other rooms in here. Let's see.
You would notice some symbols here. I think someone has a 15 or over passive perception, right?
Yeah, I have 17.
Okay, so yeah, when you come in, you would notice on the wall here, now that the light's hitting them, some old-looking symbols. Does anyone speak Dwarven? Or have religious knowledge?
I have religion.
Alright, so you
I
recognize
speak
some of the... Or sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, so I think I speak Dwarven.
Alright. Well, Tal, you would recognize some of the symbols here as being symbols of Moradin, the Dwarven god. Though you probably don't understand the language.
Okay. I can try to read that later, but yeah. So this one first.
Yeah, let's go through here.
And you would notice now, as you look at the door closer, there's some dwarven writing on it.
That we can't read.
Mia, did you say you speak dwarven?
I'm trying to double check, but I'm pretty sure I picked Dwarven as the language for me. I just don't know where it's at to double check.
So you have Elvish, Giant, and Goblin as your 3 languages.
Wow. Goblin, not Dwarven. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
No worries. So yeah, it's a solid double stone door that appears to open inward. And again, there's something written on it that you can't read.
Well, I have to open it.
Alright, you pushing it open?
Yeah.
It seems to be stuck. Something is preventing you from pushing it. You might need a strength check to get this open. Also, it could make some noise.
Well, we killed most of the things.
Alright, so you're gonna smash your shoulder into it, trying to get it open?
Yeah.
Alright. Give me a strength check.
Oh. I rerolled it with 22.
Alright, so you smash your shoulder into it a couple of times as the doorway starts to drop some dust, and you see it's definitely stuck on something on the floor. And finally, you manage to push it inward. Inside, as the 2 doors push forward, opening into the room, you would see a room that is just covered in spider webs. Like, just spider webs everywhere. It's kind of hard to see through all the webbing.
Can I tell what kind of spider it is by looking at the webs?
Well, first give me a d20 roll for events, because you did just make a bunch of noise. Okay.
Oh, natural
So,
one.
as Mia
Ooh.
kind of steps forward to look into this place, you see the webs begin to move as
Oh, creep.
a large creature suddenly comes into view from above, coming down on the webs, chittering angrily. Give me initiative rolls.
Oh god, close the door.
Close the door.
Oh, dang it.
Wait.
Let's go. The torch.
Yeah, make sure your character sheet is highlighted, and don't roll for for your torch if you can help it. I'm gonna erase the torch in there.
Someone throw a torch!
The torch throws itself onto the webs, igniting them.
Alright, so the chittering spiders come into view, rushing towards the group as you basically just push their webs around, making a bunch of noise. But the first one to act is Scurry at 22. So you see a bunch of these large spiders coming down towards the group. What do you want to do?
I'll just draw my short bow and shoot one.
Alright, so they do have some cover from your allies in the ceiling here. Which one are you going to shoot at?
Just the one in front, I guess.
Alright, so you take a shot at the closest one.
Roll 20 is light.
Oh, good roll. So 19 would be enough. So
advantage. Sorry.
why do you have advantage? Because they didn't go yet?
Because yeah.
Alright, so 25 would be enough as you let loose an arrow, striking this one in the front. How much do you do?
Let's see. It's automatic. Oh, I know it's
18, alright. So you get him right in the thorax. It lets out a loud, angry, chittering noise as you see a bloodied or a bleeding start from where you hit it, and it looks like you definitely wounded it with that shot. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, so you end your turn. Let me check their intelligence really quick. Alright, so one spider in the back is going to skitter forward, moving along the roof. It gets above you and is going to strike down, attacking, let's say, Tal. So it lunges down at you, doing a bite attack. 17 versus AC.
Misses.
Alright, so you throw your shield up, and it bites into the side of your shield, but does not actually hit you. Alright, so that is it for the spider. Next up is Meldonis. What do you want to do?
So I'm going to quicken a Mind Sliver on the one that just attacked Tal.
Okay.
So bonus action Mind Sliver.
Alright, so you chant casting Mind Sliver. Go ahead and link it. Luckily, these creatures don't look like they're the most intelligent, so let me do a
Not what I
save.
want.
It would fail, rolling a -2. So it
Thick.
screeches angrily, taking 6 points of damage. Doesn't look too wounded yet, but it is bleeding a little bit from its eyes from the psychic damage. It is now looking around, trying to figure out what just happened. Anything else?
And then for my action, I will cast Phantasmal Force on it, creating the illusion that it is on fire.
Alright, go ahead and link Phantasmal Force.
God. I don't think I have the full description.
So if you drag it from the compendium into your sheet, it should populate the spell description. If you don't have that already.
I do not. Because I had to manually enter it because I couldn't exactly get it in there.
So here, let
just-
me, you said Phantasmal Force, that's second level?
Yeah.
Also, it looks like none of your spells have, so you gotta set these to 4. Or set these to the amount of spells you have. Should be 4, 3, and then 2. So what you can do is if you go to the compendium and search for, I'm just going to delete your Phantasmal Force here. Well, no, it's under the Spells tab. So like Phantasmal Force, if you delete this, and what you could do is go to the compendium, which is the I tab, and you can search for Phantasmal Force, and then just drag it into your sheet. And then it'll populate the Phantasmal Force spell in there.
Oh.
And then it'll do all the spell's description and everything.
Okay. That's...
Although now, what's going on? Yeah, so you see that now? Like Phantasmal Force is in there. So now you can just click it to display that. So let's see, which, so it has to make a DC...
15 intelligence save with minus 1d4 from Mind Sliver.
Alright, so it is going to save again with intelligence. It rolls an 11, which I think would fail, right?
Yes.
Alright, so what is the effect of that?
It takes a d6 psychic damage, and then every round on my turn I can do another d6, and
Alright, so you kind of stare
it
at
can
this,
save.
and this is a concentration. Alright, So whenever you concentrate, usually we mark the token as concentrating just to kind of remind that you're doing that. So that's the concentration mark. So you kind of stare at this thing as you mentally attack it. It would fail its save and take that 5 psychic as it screeches angrily, thinking it's on fire as it is kind of like moving around. Does it have any like disadvantage to attacks or anything, or is it just ongoing damage?
It's just ongoing damage.
Okay. So yeah, anything else, Meldonis?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right, Nalo, what are you gonna do?
I am just going to raise my hands and cast Eldritch Blast twice on.
All right, so the creature is adjacent to you, so you would have disadvantage. You can still do it. I'm just letting you know.
I'll do that. Yeah, sure. So
Alright.
do I have to roll twice for those then? Or how-
Yes. Which
Okay.
here, I'm gonna set your sheet to roll twice automatically, because that's what it should be doing. You're using Roll20?
I'm using D&D Beyond.
Oh, Beyond. I think there's a way you can
Yeah.
set up in Beyond. I'm not sure what it is. Alright, so
Me
let's
neither.
see. 11 would miss and 12 would miss, unfortunately, as being close to it is kind of messing with you, and you blast, but both shots would go wide.
Now end my turn.
Alright. Another spider goes. So this one is going to run here along the wall, moving up to here, and is going to attack down at Scurry.
Do we get opportunity attacks?
Yeah, I think, alright, so I guess it would be 15 feet, the ceilings. You know, no, I don't think you would, because it would be too high up. So it would be able to go over you. So it is going to run along the ceiling, then come down the wall, attacking Scurry with a bite. 19 versus AC.
I mean, that hits, yeah.
Alright, so it comes at you, biting you for 9 piercing and 9 poison damage. So 18 well, I need a con save. It does 9 piercing, and I need a con save to see if you resist the poison.
Probably not.
Alright,
yeah.
so yeah, you would take 9 piercing and 9 poison as the creature comes down the wall and bites at you. That is it for this one. This creature moves along the floor, coming up to here, and is going to go for Tal. So it lunges at you, but rolls an 8, completely missing. This one over here is going to move along the ceiling and come down over at Nalo. 17 versus AC.
It's
Alright, so you are bit for 5 piercing, and I need a con save.
okay.
Alright, so you resist the poison, only taking 4 points of poison. So 5 piercing, 4 poison.
All right.
Riven, what do you want to do?
Right, so the spider that's right in front of me,
Yeah.
I am going to dissonant whisper it, and then I'm going to do that at. Okay, so I'll do you, and then I'm going to do you at what level? What level? Hang on. Third. So I'm going to do you at third, and please work.
Alright, so
bigger.
you chant summoning psychic energies against it. It has to roll a. What is that? Wisdom save? Yeah, wisdom save. It attempts to resist, and it looks like it would fail. So it is going to scream as psychic laced energy affects it, taking 15 points of damage, and it has to use its reaction to flee, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, so it is going to flee this way, giving Scurry an Oppie if he wants to take it. And I think, well, no, Nalo doesn't have a weapon.
Do.
Wait, it has to move away from Riven, right?
It has to move away from me, not towards me.
Oh, I was gonna have it run up this hallway. Yeah, okay, sure. I'll have it run back this way.
All right.
So go ahead, Scurry, take your Oppie. And Meldonis, do you have a weapon out?
I do not.
Okay, so I think it would just be Scurry. 13. Unfortunately, I think that would miss. Yeah, because you don't have any other bonuses, right?
I don't think so.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So yeah, it runs back along the wall, coming up here. Tal. I'm trying to decide if it would run past you or above you on the wall. Sure, go ahead, Tal. I'll say you and Mia there can take oppies too. Just spend your reactions, and you too, Scurry. Ooh, so unfortunately 11 would miss. What about Mia?
Where do I click for that?
You would click on your weapon macro. So it
Just,
should
this
be. I think it should be somewhere in the middle of your sheet, the macro buttons.
macro buttons. It's not just a short sword, right?
Well, it would be either of the weapons you have drawn, so it could be your short sword. If you have two
Okay,
short
that's what
swords,
I've
it would just
got,
be one
yeah.
of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Alright, yeah, 23 would stab it as it's going past. Go ahead and give me a damage roll.
Oh, come now.
Alright.
Colossus Slayer, you're letting me down.
Well, 11 points would be enough. And it goes down. As you stab it, and it falls to the floor. I'm just going to put it back here so it's not getting in the way. Riven, that's it for you. So this giant spider goes again. Or actually, no, he hasn't gone yet. Now he's going to go. He's going to rush at Scurry because you stabbed him. Coming up on the wall and going for a bite attack. 16 versus AC.
Hits.
Alright, so Scurry, it comes up biting you. You would take 11 piercing. And I need another con save. Alright, so you would take 15 points of damage total. Alright, that's it for that creature. Mia.
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the dude that's right in front of me.
Do you have enough spell slots for that? It says all your spell slots are used.
I haven't cast any spells today.
She would have rested up because I think maybe she hasn't updated since she wasn't here.
Oh,
the day
maybe
we
you
went
haven't
back
updated
and
your
long
sheet.
rested.
Yeah.
All right, so make sure you give yourself your spells back. You can just click long rest and it should give you all your spell slots back. The long rest button.
Sorry, it's freaking out right now. Okay.
So it's
Long rest.
yeah, it's the button kind of on the left of your sheet. There we go.
Go.
All right, so you use Hunter's Mark, and so you used it on this guy.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do a short sword attack.
All right, so you lunge at him with your short sword as he is marked. Uh, 10 unfortunately is not enough, and he would dodge to the side, avoiding your short sword stab. Anything else?
That is all.
Alright, Tal. You got a bunch of spiders up above you, biting down at your group.
I'm gonna cast Green Flame Mace and attack the spider that attacked Scurry.
Alright, that's this one, the wounded one.
Yeah.
Alright, 16 would strike as you slam the creature who's going at your friend, doing 4 and 7, which is 11, and that would defeat it. as it catches fire and screeches, falling to the ground.
The other most advanced one, like the one to the right of it,
This one?
yeah, it jumps.
Alright, so he's burned for 8 points of damage and looks very unhappy at you for the scalding attack. Anything else?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Scurry, even though he has used his reaction.
Okay, so how much does he gain? 8 points. So Scurry, you are infused with healing energies as Tal chants, and you regain 8 hit points.
Thank you.
Anything else, Tal?
Nope.
Alright, Scurry.
I will try and stab one. That one in front of me, I guess.
Alright, so the one that was just burned, you go at it. It's being distracted by several of your friends, so you would get a sneak attack. 16 would strike. So you would stab it again right in the thorax for 13 points of damage, and it now looks badly wounded, but it is still alive.
And I'll stab it with my dagger as a bonus action.
Alright, go for a second attack. 15 would strike. So you do another 3 points of damage with your dagger. And it is still alive, only barely though. Anything else?
That's it. My turn.
Alright, so the giant spider goes. I think this was the one, Meldonis, that you were affecting with phantasmal force.
I think it's the one that's dead, because it was the second one that ran up.
Oh, am I getting those wrong? No, I think it is this one. Because the one that's dead is over here. And I thought you attacked this one in front.
Yeah, it's that one.
That one.
Okay.
Oh wait, is it that one?
Yeah,
It
I'm
is that one. It's the first
90%
one
sure
that
because of the
moved.
HP total as well, which I'm going to mark as
Oh,
well. So at the beginning of its turn, does it have to do anything, or is that on your turn that you affect it again?
It can make a saving throw to, I guess, disbelieve.
Is that at the beginning or the end of its turn?
That is a great question.
Most of the time it's at the end of the turn.
All right.
Do you want to link it again? Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Let's see.
Oh, it can use its action to do it.
Oh, okay. So it thinks it's on fire. On your turn, okay. So yeah, that would be on your turn. It would take damage. It's going to. It's not very smart, so I think it's just going to go for Tal, not thinking it can do anything about the fire, as it's confused. So Tal, it bites down at you, natural one. So probably distracted by the fact that it's on fire. It just lashes out, biting, and you just keep your shield up and easily keep it back. Meldonis, you continue to concentrate on your spell, but it is your turn. What do you want to do?
So I'll do the damage.
Alright.
3. I don't know why.
It shouldn't have minus the spell slot, so you can give that back to yourself. But you do another 3 points of damage, and it is looking wounded now, as it's bleeding from its eyes from your psychic energy.
How many are on the roof?
There are... looks like 3 left. Wait. Yeah, I think there are 3 left right now on the roof there. Some are on the walls. This one's on the roof. This guy here is on the ground, and this guy here is on the wall. So I guess there's only one on the roof, the one that you have your magic on.
Yeah, I'm gonna frostbite
Alright, which one?
the same target that I'm concentrating on.
Alright, so it gets a con save. It rolls an 18, so I think it resisted.
Oof. Yep.
Alright, so it resists the cold as you attempt to do more damage, but unfortunately are unsuccessful. Anything else?
I misplayed that. I'll actually quicken another Mind Sliver.
Alright, so you use your psychic spell points to quickly cast another mind attack. That's an int save, right?
Mhm.
Alright, so it will attempt to resist. Oh, it rolls a 4, completely failing, and takes another 6 as yet more blood leaks from its eyes and whatever else a spider has to leak blood from. It looks very wounded now as you continue to psychically assault it. Anything else?
Nope. It just has
Minus
a
1d4.
minus D4.
Yeah.
On the.
Alright, Nalo, what are you going to do?
I am going to pull out a dagger and
Okay.
strike upwards against the one that is right above me.
The one on the ceiling or the one on the wall?
The one on the ceiling. Or
Okay,
can I reach it?
so the one Meldonis is attacking. You'd probably have to throw the dagger up at it because you're pretty low to the ground.
I see. But I would actually have disadvantage, huh? Because it's not.
Yeah,
I'll
because
attack
you
the
have
one on the wall then.
yeah, the wall guy is right next to you. All right.
Okay, I'll attack that one then.
All right, so you stab at the one on the wall, trying to bring it down, but no, it would scurry out of the way, avoiding the stab.
Can I assume for copyright?
Only one of us can
On my turn.
scurry. All right, that's it for you. This one on the floor is kind of getting tired of missing Tal, and it's going to try going for Mia. So it's going to lunge at you, Mia. Wait, what just happened? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Sorry, one moment. Oh, wait, you know what? This one is dead. So this one is going to lunge at Mia. Doing a bite attack. Oh no, crit! Mia!
Oh no.
I need, so it does 17 piercing as it gets a nasty bite right through your chest armor, and I need a con save because it does have poison. You would make it, so you only take half damage from that, which would be 6 points. So you take a total 23 damage. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm at 26 now, so I'm not feeling great, but I'll be okay.
So you kind of stumble back as you're bleeding from your chest, but you're alive at least. So that's it for that spider. This one on the ceiling is really not happy about being on fire, and has no idea why it's on fire. So it's just gonna lash out its scurry.
Of course. Let's go.
10 versus AC, so you kind of dodge sideways, avoiding the attack. That is it for the creature. Riven.
How many are on like the roof and the sides that are above the party?
So there's one on the floor, one on the roof, and one on the ceiling. The one on the floor, or the one on the roof, sorry, one on the wall, one on the roof, and one on the floor. And the one on the wall and the roof both look wounded.
Are they above everyone else, or are they like at the one on the wall? Is that above everyone or on their level?
It's above everyone. It's basically lunging down from up above.
Okay, so I'm going to go fly up, so I'm like on level with them,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast Gust of Wind.
Alright, so you send a gust of wind flowing this way. Now, that's on their turn. They have to make saves, right?
A line of strong wind, 10 big blast.
Yeah, it starts its turn. Okay, so mark yourself as concentrating.
Which one's that again?
That's the one Meldonis has, the guy holding his head with the lines coming out.
Okay.
And that was your action. Anything else?
No.
All right, Mia, what are you gonna do? You're looking.
I'm going to go for the short sword on the one I'm hunting on.
All right, that's this one, the one that just bit you.
Yeah.
15 would be enough, so you would stab it for 10 points of damage, which would definitely upset it, though not kill it. Do you want?
Hunter's Mark.
Hmm?
Plus Hunter's Mark.
Yes. So I need another D6 for Hunter's Mark. Another 4 points, so it would be wounded from that attack.
Awesome.
Now you do have your offhand weapon, I believe, right?
Yeah, the other sword.
So you can use your bonus action to stab with that one as well.
I'm gonna go for it.
Oh yeah, 16 would strike again. Now remind me, do you have two-weapon fighting to give you your bonus? Like the actual training two-weapon fighting?
I believe so, yes. That's
She
why
does,
I
yeah.
decided to go with
Okay.
two swords instead of everything
Alright.
else.
So that would be another 5 plus 4, 9 points of damage. And it is looking very wounded now, but still alive. And
Friggin' die already!
anything else?
Oh.
So you kind of flourish as you stab it twice and spin around. Tal, what are you going to do?
Attack the one to the left of me again.
Alright, the one on the
And
floor?
miss. Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, it jumps to the side as your flaming mace flies wide. Anything else?
Really bad, so I think I'm gonna pass.
Alright, I'm just going to move this body to clear it up a bit. Scurry! You're standing over the body of one of the dead ones. Actually, I could just move it to the back. What are you going to do?
To me, it just looks like a mass of spiders. I'll just stab whatever spider's closest to me.
Alright, so the one on the wall that's biting at Nalo, and you kind of,
Sure.
go ahead. Oh yeah, 25 would strike. And the spider takes a stab right to the eye as it falls down, twitching.
Am I still in range of one, or do I need to move up?
So one's on the ceiling. I don't think you can reach that one. And this one is on the floor, so you could reach that one.
Where do I need to move then? All I see is spider legs.
You
Apart
could.
team members.
You'd probably have to step forward a bit. Just
There?
yeah, that would be fine.
Okay. Then I'll bonus attack with my dagger.
Alright, do you want to throw it up at him on the ceiling?
Thought I was stabbing the one on the floor.
So this one on the floor you couldn't get to because your two party members are in the way. You could throw your dagger at the one on the ceiling.
Sure, I guess I'll do that.
Alright, so 15 would strike it. For 3 points of damage. Because it's the offhand attack. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, so this one is going to come down onto the wall and go for Mia.
So I'll make that strength
Oh,
saving
right.
for the-
Yes, make the strength save. Yep, good call.
Yeah,
Thank
It's a
you for
minus
reminding me.
D4.
Alright. So, strength save 13?
God, what was it?
15.
Increasing saving throw will be pushed.
It would be. So it says 13 is your spell DC.
Oh, spell DC 13, yeah.
But it does get the minus D4, right?
Mhm.
Alright, so it goes flying into the room, push 10 feet, falling onto. Is it 10 or 15? How far does it get pushed?
It gets 15 feet away from me.
Alright, yeah, so it goes flying into the room, actually falling down onto the webbing here. And. What's it gonna do? I guess it'll crawl back forward, but at reduced speed because of the wind. So 10, 20 feet. And it'll go on the wall and attempt to bite Mia.
Bring it.
Oh, 22. I believe it
Is that the
brought it.
point? Yeah, it did.
Alright, so it gets you in the shoulder for 8 piercing, and I need a con save.
Con save.
Alright, so you take 8 piercing and 10 poison. So 18. And I believe you're looking a bit wounded now. That's it for the spider. Meldonis, what are you gonna do?
Well, he's gonna. That one is gonna take his d6 damage from Phantasmal Force.
Alright, so it is going to wither up and fall down dead from the d6 damage. As you destroy its mind.
And then the last one, so I'm not concentrating anymore. I will. I'll mind sliver the last one.
Alright, so it will attempt to resist with intelligence. Rolls a 3, and that one would actually die as well. Its bloody eyes just leaking blood everywhere as it kind of falls over. And things are quiet as the group would successfully win the battle. What do you all want to do?
I'll cast Cure Wounds on Mia.
Yeah, Mia does look wounded. I think Scurry looks a little wounded too, right?
Yep.
Alright, so Mia, you regain 10 hit points as Nalo channels healing energy into you.
Thank you, Mallow.
Does she still look wounded?
Yes, she's still below half, it looks like.
I think we should spare our magic and maybe take a rest.
Yeah.
That seems smart.
Alright, but the room does seem to be clear now. There's still a lot of webbing in there, but it doesn't seem like there are any more spiders. You think you notice, if you look in, there's some sort of chest in the webbing underneath.
I'm still maintaining Gust of Wind.
We know
so
what
I'll
Scurry's
fly-
doing.
Oh,
I'll
are you
fly
trying to
into
push your... Because that would be pushing your people into the room.
No,
I
because I'm
guess-
doing it above
Oh,
everyone.
yeah, that's right. You're above them. Okay.
I was going to fly over everyone and then lower myself in front of it to use Gust of Wind to blow all the cobwebs away, if that'll work.
These are giant spider webs. You don't think the gust of wind is going to clear them. You'd have to hack through them or just burn them or something.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Then
these
I'll
aren't
drop
normal
this.
spider webs.
Alright, I'll drop Gust of Wind. It was an idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use Green Flame Mace on them, try to burn them.
Alright, so you light up the webs. Or wait, are you gonna? Is anyone saying anything?
I'm not saying anything. Or actually, does the chest look wooden from what we can tell?
It
Like, looking
does.
Oh.
Do you
maybe-
wanna- Go ahead.
I'm still doing it unless someone is stopping me.
I won't stop him.
Alright, so you light up the webbing as the room starts to go into a huge bonfire, as these are silk webs and they easily just poof. You would see that the chest is now on fire over here as well.
I'm going to use Druidcraft to blow out to snuff out the chest being on fire.
Link Druidcraft.
Okay.
Let's see.
The bottom bit at the end, you instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
I'm gonna say this is a much bigger fire because it's all the webs around it burning. So you don't have much of an effect on it with Druidcraft just because of the intensity of it. Does anyone else want to try to do anything?
I'm gonna pick
Yeah.
up the card.
I'm going to
Go ahead.
begin to like I'm gonna move down here and begin to shape water and draw it into the room. I mean, it'll take me a bit, but I'm gonna cast shape water to direct the flow.
Yeah,
of,
go ahead
like,
and link that one. I'm not actually familiar with shape water. All right. Move 5 feet. Okay. So you're kind of slowly bringing the water in here.
Mhm.
All right. So you see Meldonis kind of drawing a bunch of the water out of the room as it starts flowing down the hallway. Unfortunately, this is taking a while. Is anyone else going to try to do anything to save the chest?
I'm
Just
gonna pick
ray
up.
of,
Sorry, go ahead.
ray. If I can I just ray of frost it?
Uh, so unfortunately, that is creature. You can't cast it
Oh, I
on
can't do
objects.
that.
Can I just empty my canteen of water over it and pick it up?
All right, so you want to run into the burning room and just try to start putting canteens of water on it?
It's treasure, of
Then
course.
the
You don't.
whole room's on fire. I guess not. I'll just deny.
So the parts around the chest are on fire right now. So you think you would take some fire damage if you went over there?
I'm gonna pick up a carcass of one of the dead spiders and plop it on
Great,
top of the
just
chest.
grow in and grab it. Easy. I promise your fur won't burn off.
All right, so Mia, you're gonna try to throw a spider on it. All right, give me a
Yeah.
Smoke like crazy.
Yeah, it's
It'll
already
keep the chest
making
from burning.
it's already making a bunch of smoke. Give me a Constitution save, as it's very hot in here. Oh, all right. So yeah, you just throw a spider on it, and the spider is burning a little bit. But give me a survival check, because you might be somewhat familiar with snuffing fires. Okay, so yeah, it's actually doing pretty well. The spider's a little bit burnt, but it seems like it's, for the most part, snuffing out the flames on the chest. So you think you're good.
Cool. Is there anything worth harvesting off of these dead spiders?
Yeah, and actually, about at this point, Meldonis would probably be bringing the water in, so he'd be spraying it on here to help with
Yeah.
putting the fire out. So yeah, you successfully saved the chest. As for the spiders, you could try to harvest essence off them. Nature would help you with that, or you could just do it untrained.
I have cheers. Oh god, that was long.
Could you harvest the venom out of the fangs?
That would require some knowledge of poisons, like a poisoner's kit or some background in poisons. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sure how
I've
to.
got poisoner's kit.
Okay, so Scurry might know something about that. Yeah, Scurry, if you want, you can make a poisoner's kit check with intelligence or wisdom, your choice, to try to harvest some poison. You also need something to put it in, so you need a vial.
I think I've got some of those. Maybe I don't. I'll just empty out my water skin, put it in there, I guess. Actually, no. I know. I remember how we did it last time. Just emptying out a flask of oil.
I'm just giving him an empty flask.
Alright,
there
so
we go.
Tal's like, here you go. He hands you an empty flask.
Or vial.
So go ahead and minus a flask, Tal, and Scurry, give me a poisoner's kit check. Oh, not bad. So you milk the dead bodies for some poison. This is taking about 10 minutes, by the way. And you manage to get 4 uses of spider venom.
Yes.
And Mia, you said you were getting their essence?
Mm-hmm.
So you managed to get, with your 7... by the way, to get essence, you can either be using alchemist tools or nature for spiders. If anyone's trained in those, you could be helping her. But with the 7, you would get 20 gold pieces worth of spider essence. Alright, so what does everyone want to do? The halls
The
are...
room's burning.
It's
I
been
guess we're
about...
taking a rest here.
Yeah, it's been about 10 minutes. Things have been quiet so far.
I'm gonna start casting Comprehend Languages as a ritual.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna walk around and read all the dwarvish we found.
Alright, fair enough.
So, quick question: how mechanically how does venom work? Can I coat my weapons in it, or what?
So I believe spider poison is wound poison. You have to wound someone, so that is something you could coat your weapons in. It takes an action to coat a weapon, and once the weapon is coated, I believe it's potent for up to a minute or until the poison is expended. So
Okay.
you'd have to take an action to do it, and then it would last for a minute.
And what does the wyvern poison do though?
Sorry.
Because I do have that still as well.
The wyvern poison. How many uses did you have?
15.
That was similar. You would have to coat your weapon. So the spider poison. Let's see. That does 2d8 poison damage on the hit, and it would put someone to sleep if it dropped them to 0. The wyvern.
You don't
poison.
even drop them to 0?
Yeah, so basically, instead of killing them, if you drop them to 0, it would put them to sleep.
Okay.
The wyvern poison. Let me see what that did. Was that dragon? Yeah, dragon wyvern. So the wyvern poison would do 3d6 poison damage extra. And that doesn't put them to sleep, that just does extra poison damage on that hit.
Got it.
Alright, so time is passing. I do need a d20 roll to see if anything happens during the rest. Alright, so you would pass the rest successfully. During that time, Tal, you said you were reading some of the rooms, right?
Yeah, the one down here, like this one. How
Okay.
can I ping? And what's over the door, and if there's something in this room as well.
So this room is marked as storage, the one you just entered. One thing of note is that the ceiling in here seems to have caved in at some point, and there's a cave up above, which is probably how the spiders got in here. You see it goes up farther than you can see, and you see some small like rodents and stuff stuck in the web. But yeah, it looks like there might be a system of caves up above this this room. What other doors were you reading?
Wait, how can I ping? Okay, I'm just gonna move my character.
You can
The
click...
one on the wall down there.
Oh, this one? So this is... you don't think this was initially carved into the wall or etched in. You think maybe someone did it at some point. The symbol of Moradin looks like it belongs. The other writing just says, "Help us." Like someone just carved that in there at some point.
Interesting.
It's not ominous at all.
I'm gonna translate or like just tell the party, and there's nothing else inside here that I can, like, no writing.
Not in this room, no. There's the chest, there's an old painting that's pretty much fallen apart, and like I said, there's a cave that seems to be up above this room.
Okay.
So the hour would pass. If you want, you can spend one of your short rests to regain resources. Just remember, you have, I think, 3 at this level, right?
Yeah.
Because your proficiency bonus is +3, so you have 3 per day. So you could spend one to use hit dice or regain resources. Well, or both.
Can I play Song of Rest?
Yeah, that's fine. You can play a small song, so anyone spending hit dice would gain an extra d6.
I'm gonna go ahead and convert a 3rd level and a 1st level spell to sorcery points.
Alright, so you channel energies, creating more of your inert magic powers. Did you roll a 0?
Can you actually roll a 0 and hit
I
right?
don't know what it's doing. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, something's going. Something's up with that. But all right, so you gain 4 from that. So yeah, now our
Also, I'm gonna look behind the painting for no particular reason.
okay. Give me a perception check.
Oh, great. Wait.
So with the 17, or
No,
sorry,
no, nothing.
with a 17 passive, the wall behind the painting does look a little strange to you. Investigation might tell you more.
I'm not trained in that, but I'm gonna try. No.
No, you can't make heads or tails of it. Just like, the wall looks
Yeah.
odd here.
So yeah, something strange about this wall.
I don't know if you have any smart people in your group.
Apparently not.
No.
Everyone
Investigation,
just
yeah,
shrugs.
I can
Oh.
investigate.
Very charismatic, but not
Well,
intelligent.
I'm
look
just
There you
gonna
go.
knock against it and see what happens.
There you go.
Alright.
I got 13. See
Well,
if that'll work.
Scurry, so that would be a passive 15. You think that one of these panels, what you thought was a part of the wall is actually a panel that might slide open. Do you want to try to open it?
For sure.
Crime Detective Scurry. Alright, so give me another perception check. And actually, anyone who's there could give me one as well. So 17, because remember, you do have a passive towel of 17. As he's opening the panel, you think you see a wire attached to it.
I'm gonna point that out to Scurry because he seems to know what's going on.
Looking closer, it might be some kind of trap.
I will attempt to dismantle it.
Alright, give me a Thieves' Tools check. 23,
Nice.
roll.
Trained thief.
So you do a little snip, hanging a counterweight, and you think it should be good. You're not sure what that trap did, but you don't think it should go off now.
Should be all safe.
So you're going to continue opening the panel?
Yup.
Alright, so inside the panel you see 3 ivory tubes. They look like scroll cases.
Oh, would you look at that? I will take them out.
Alright. Do you want to try to open them up and read them?
Yeah.
Alright, give me a D10 roll, please.
Or
9, so the first one is the spell Identify. Give me another roll. The second one is the spell scroll Telepathy. Interesting.
You have to be a magic user to use these, right?
Yeah, you have to have them on your spell list to attempt them, and it's easier to do them if you could normally cast them at the right level, or else you have to make a check. And roll a third one. So the third scroll is Tenzer's Floating Disc.
What the hell is that?
What?
It was like a
Oh,
level.
there's a bunch of magic stuff.
well, I can show you if you want to.
Yeah, show me.
Yeah, if you have 10 minutes. I mean, while the others open the chest, I guess I can do it. I'm just gonna ritual cast Tensor's Floating Disc.
Alright, so you are creating a floating disc. Sorry, give me a moment. I want to record what I said. So, scrolls, identify, telepathy, and tensors. All right. So you take another 10 minutes and create a floating disc, which kind of glows there as it floats off the ground.
Yes. Come on, sit on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit on it.
And I'm just gonna start moving over here
I'll check the.
and pulling him
The
behind
chest.
me with 20 feet distance.
Alright, so Meldonis, you
Nice.
check the charred treasure chest, which does seem to have a lock on it.
Hmm.
Worry not. Detective Scurry's on the case. Never mind.
You're like, this is tough. Does anyone else have thieves' tools to attempt it?
Yep,
I-
your turn.
See it, I'm gonna guidance whoever tries next.
Okay. So plus D4. Does Mia have thieves' tools?
No, but she has brute force.
Oh,
I do have brute force.
do you want to try
Actually,
to? Or go ahead.
I'm gonna cast shape water and move some water over the lock, and then cast shape water again to freeze that water.
Let me see the spell.
I believe the only stipulation is a creature cannot be in the.
All right. So the lock does look pretty old and damaged. Give me. Do you have any knowledge of thieves' tools or breaking into things, Aldonis?
I do not.
That's just me.
All right. Well, you freeze it in there, and you do think the lock is extremely weakened by it, but it does look like it's still stuck.
I'll look over to Mia and. All right, you can hit it really hard and it should break.
I'm gonna smash it.
What are you
That's
smashing
what I
exactly?
The lock.
Okay, so you kind of aim your strike at the frozen lock that looks like it's pretty weakened now. Give me a D20 attack roll with your weapon. Her.
20.
All right, so you bring your sword down on this lock, and it indeed does crack and break off, clang, and falls to the floor. And the chest looks mostly unharmed by that.
Lock in my hands and
You opening it?
just take it.
Alright, let's look at the goodies.
I will take a step back.
Alright, so you pop open the chest, and inside you see a small, slender looking wand.
God damn it, what's up with all the magic stuff? Can we just get something useful?
That could be quite useful.
Yeah,
Magic's never saved your life.
fair enough. Still,
At least it can be a back scratch.
prefer a pile of gold, to be honest.
Yeah, but everybody wants gold. Not everybody can do magic. Apparently.
Well, even people that can do magic want gold. You just disproved your own point.
Apparently, no one can do magic. You're just a rule breaker.
So, is anyone touching this wand or taking it or doing anything?
Yeah, I'll
No,
pick
I'm
it
just I'm writing the disc right now.
I'm casting Identify,
Okay.
like ritual again, but yeah.
So So sorry, Meldonis, you said you took it, the wand?
No, I said I took a step back
Oh,
when
okay.
he opened it.
I'll walk up and pick it up. Fly over and pick it up. Whatever.
So
How big
Riven,
is the wand in relation to Luke Perry?
I mean, it would be fairly large. The one's, I don't know, about 2 feet long. So probably about half his
I always
body.
thought they were like Harry. I always thought they were like Harry Potter wands. So just like, it's like I'm like Dobby holding a wand.
Right. How much is a wand? I guess a wand would be more like 1.5 feet, maybe 1 foot to 1.5 feet. So it's big for Riven, but it's also pretty light, so he can hold it without too much issue. It does look very
A walking
fancy.
stick.
Yeah, it could definitely be a walking stick for him.
Does he know what it is? I can identify it.
All right, you want to take another 10 minutes?
If so,
So this is a dangerous place. I need another events check to see if anything happens. Because you've been here a bit now. D29. All right, so
Which
sorry, what?
check was it?
Oh, it's just a D20 roll. So 10 minutes pass. You cast Identify. What are you identifying? The wand?
yeah.
So the wand is a Wand of the War Mage.
Another one.
Which, yeah,
One of
it gives you a... Let me just read the description here real quick. But it basically gives you a +1 to spell attack, and you ignore cover, half cover when making spell attacks.
You already have one of those. Can you dual wield them and
I
get
don't
the
have
benefit twice?
I don't think so. I don't think it like stacks like that. I don't think having two does it?
Maybe if you have dual wielding.
No, it wouldn't do you any good to have two of them.
Nalo, do you want it?
Well, I suppose, but Meldona seems like more of a wizard than I am. I'm just a bard.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna give it to the dude we've just met.
No, why not?
I mean, that's a fair point.
We've just met. I mean, let's be honest. Would you give a stranger your house keys?
Well,
I'm gonna
I
take
suppose
the
it would be like a
ones that-
token of goodwill. But we could just sell it. I'm sure it'll sell for quite a bit if we...
You did. Well, if you don't want it, I'll give it him. But I thought I'd give it to you first, since you do
Well,
magic.
just FYI,
I'm gonna go ahead and vote on the selling part.
no one in town has enough money to give you what this wand is worth. Just FYI, except maybe Blackwater.
We'll sell it to Blackwater when we rob him.
Well, let's take it back. Afterwards. Great.
Well,
Just take it back afterwards.
Nalo,
Yeah,
Nalo,
sell it
do
to
you want?
first.
Nalo, do you want the wand? Yes or no?
Well, I mean, I want it. Sure, I'll take
Then
it.
have it. Here you are. There you are. Give it you.
Alright, so Nalo, you take this Wand of the War Mage. What does the group want to do?
I want to see now what do you magic. Cast
I want to carry on investigating, which is weird for me.
That is weird for you. What's up with you? You feeling
You know,
okay?
right?
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm
That's
gonna
a-
take Nello on a ride up here to the other door.
Let's go.
Okay. So the door is still closed. You can open it though, because you unlocked it last time. If you want to just push it open.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So the double doors open inward, revealing the hallway, still covered in skeleton bones. Also, you left a bunch of torches in the room. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna.
I mean,
delete
I
them.
have one light on my shield.
Okay.
So
So it looks like this door is the northern counterpart to the room you were just in. And there is the laboratory door over here.
wow,
Can you
that
still
one
read?
here?
Did
Perfect.
we
the bathroom.
close the door behind us? Or...
Which
No.
door?
Yeah, to
Oh,
make
the
it
door
harder to
behind
get
us.
out for us. That's a good idea.
Well, I mean, in case someone, like, I don't know, comes from somewhere.
Al, can you still read Dwarvish and see what that says? I don't
think
want to.
that's past now.
Yeah, that would
We
be
spent
over
a
at
lot
this
of
point.
time.
How long
But
does it take you to cast?
It said laboratory last time I was here, right?
Yes, that was the other door, but yeah.
No, I mean, I think this door I read last time already.
Oh,
And the
did
one-
you? Yeah, you may have. So this also, yeah, this seems to be the actual
can't move.
laboratory. You can't move?
Nope.
That's weird.
Rip.
Just roll 10.
Who
mess
cast
up.
paralysis? No.
He's paralyzed.
Just leave him.
Aldana's betrayed us. Kill him.
So everyone ready?
Yep. Go on. I'm gonna fly the back as far as I can. I'm
And
not a free flyner.
I'm gonna try to push it open again with strength if it's required.
So the door is a little stuck, though not nearly as much as the spiderweb one. You push on it, and it opens into a room with several worrisome traits to it. Firstly, the skeletons walking around in this room, who strangely enough don't seem to take any note of you. There are a couple other things you notice in here. There's a fireplace burning to the northwest, or sorry, northeast. There's a pillar in the room that is just covered in magical, or like strange looking runes that look like they might be magical, and looks like some kind of alchemist lab in the southeast of the room. As I said, the skeletons just sort of aimlessly wander. None of them seem to react to you.
This floor ahead
Anyone-
looks suspicious.
You also
Don't anyone attack the skeletons.
you also notice the skeletons have a strange glow to them, like they're
All right,
glowing
Riven,
slightly.
get in there.
Alright, shall we go befriend the necromancer?
Like, has anyone else noticed the floor? That it looks like it's gonna cave in.
Yeah, then
I
let the
said,
flying
Riven, go in there.
let the flying one go in. Okay.
No, I'm just gonna ride this disc. You guys have fun.
Well, the
Oh, yeah,
disc
you
won't
could-
move until Tal walks in.
True.
Okay.
You always
Alright, Tal,
keep
go ahead.
behind me.
All right, so you're flying up above Riven.
Yeah. I'm flying as close to the roof as I can. If there's a how tall are the skeletons? Like, can I be near the roof and they can't reach me?
Yeah, so the roof is about 15 feet. The skeletons also don't have weapons. They are just kind of walking around. So you do see that large rusted pot or cauldron at the southwest of the room when you fly in. But yeah, you can fly around near the ceiling. That's fine.
I'm near the ceiling, but not right next to it, so that if any spiders come in, I'm not gonna get caught.
Well, there's no cave in the ceiling in here, so you're not sure where a giant spider would even come from. So you're probably safe.
Does the cauldron look like it's been used?
Not in a long time. It's covered in rust and falling apart.
So I'm going to, I'm going to skirt around that column and just fly around and see what I can see. And yeah. Are there any notes on the alchemist's desk or anything written?
Do you have alchemy training at all?
I've got Arcana.
So you would notice a couple of old vials filled with arcane components. There's probably about 200 gold pieces worth on this desk here. You also see 4 vials filled with a clear liquid, probably very old as well.
Okay. Any notebooks, notes, scribbles?
There are the remains of paper. They've kind of decayed over time because they didn't have anything like a scroll case to protect them.
So everything looks like it's got layers of dust on, so no one's been here for a while.
Yes, this looks like a very old room.
Okay.
Although there is a fireplace burning, which is a little bit weird to you.
I'll pick up the vials of liquid, and I'll take them back to Tal when I'm done being a suicidal scout.
Alright, so you take the 4 unidentified potions.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just mark that. Okay.
And I'm not touching the arcane stuff, the 200 gold pieces of stuff yet, because I want to make sure the zombies aren't going to attack.
Do you have, sorry, real quick, do you have herbalism or nature?
Not proficient. I've got a little bit in nature.
Okay. You do notice some strange roots and other, like, really old, dried, preserved plants on the table, but you don't know much about what they are.
Once I'm over there, would my, training in alchemy help with that?
So are you walking in?
I'm training under the thing. I'll wait till he comes back, but just
wondering.
Okay, you might recognize some of the plants, but currently you haven't seen them, so yeah.
Then, yeah, I'm gonna fly back the way I flew in. Yeah, no, I'm not being suicidal.
Okay, so you fly
Uh,
back out to your group who's patiently waiting at the door.
Fly down, nearly land, not quite land because that's the rockety bit, yeah, and go ask Tal. I found these. Do you want to identify and see what they can do?
Yeah, we can do that later. For
Right, then
now. Wait, you can fly. Can you
Yeah.
see what happens if you land on that floor and
I know.
just?
I was going to like just hover, just like put a foot down, like dipping a
Alright.
toe in a swimming pool to see how
So-
cold it is.
One warning for stuff like that: you can't fly as a reaction. I don't think so, unless you have a hover ability. If a stone floor caved in, you would fall until your turn came up, and then you could start flying.
Yeah, you wanna get the spider body to throw in there?
I'll
So-
be right back.
Mia, real quick, with your training in survival, you actually might be able to know something about the floor if you want to take a look and make a survival check.
Yeah,
While she's doing that, I'm going to go investigate the runic column in the middle.
Alright, so Mia, you don't think that this floor is dangerous. It looks old and cracked, but you think it is stable, so it should be okay to walk on.
we should be fine. I'm gonna take a step out onto it.
Yeah, it cracks a little bit under your weight, but it doesn't seem like it's caving in.
All right, come on, pussies.
Alright, for safety's sake, are we gonna go take out these skeletons or what?
I don't see why if they're not going to hurt us. Just leave them there and just be ready to kill them if they do.
I would like to know what's going on in here.
Alright, so actually we are at 207, so this might be a good place to stop before we get too into the room. Why don't we do MVP votes and call it here, and we can pick it up next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So usually I do MVP votes at the end of the game. You can vote for anyone that isn't you, someone who you thought was effective in combat, funny, whatever reason you want. Just give me a whisper and roll 20 with your vote, and I'll tally it and see who gets the inspiration point.
And that's /DM.
Yeah,
And
I'll put the thing on there. So /W space GM and then the name of the person, like that without the brackets. Yeah, so like Nalo did, but /other/. Alright, I got 3 votes. Uh, 4 votes. Who am I missing? I guess only 2.
Probably me. It's just /W space GM space whoever the name is.
Yeah, whoever you want to vote for.
Cool.
So that's 5. I think I know
And then
who
you get-
the. Did you vote for me, Nalo?
No, I voted. Here, I'll just type it again.
Don't give the DMX inspiration.
Oh.
I don't want to get cringe.
I must have missed.
Suddenly, the spider is
I was-
attacking with renewed vigor. He's inspired. No, okay. So it looks like Meldonis, you are the MVP with 3 votes.
Oh.
Congrats.
Thanks.
You get another inspiration point, so you now have 2 of 10, which, yeah, usually it's good to just make like an inspiration point resource and, yeah, just put 2 of 10.
Yeah, just never use them. Just keep a vault. It's
Yeah.
like your trophy case.
Oh yeah,
Just keep them for bragging rights.
like I have 3. How many do you have?
Yeah, after you get 10, you just start keeping a tally of how many you've wasted in collection.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
many you
and,
tossed out?
I would say Meldonis, if you have a chance, you could probably delete the spells that you did manually and just drag them on from the compendium. That's just easier.
Okay.
Yeah, and you could also do that with items too. When you get new items, you can just drag them from the compendium, and it'll populate like their weight and description and everything. So it makes it really easy.
Gotcha.
Like, what? How do you do that? I added all my spells manually.
Oof, sorry. So if you
Repeat,
go to the
Cal.
I tab in the top right of the Roll20, you can look up spells and items and pull them directly onto your sheet. And that'll
That would have been so easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yes.
I mentioned it in the tutorial video I made, but that was also that was after you guys made your characters, some of you. So, but yeah, that's an easy way to get stuff. All right, well, I'm
I didn't watch the tutorial.
gonna make some notes on the game, but you're all welcome to take off unless you have something you want to talk to me about.
What was the scribe?
Scribe is Tal. Yeah.
Sure you do it. Don't be a naughty boy like Nalo.
Yeah, Nalo. Jeez, do
Nalo.
you still have your notes, Nalo?
No, I put them for last week.
Okay, so there's something there now. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think I might be missing a little bit, but it's mostly there. I totally forgot cause like normally when I do it, I'm not like doing it as we're playing. I'll do it after, so I can just like not bother. But then I forgot, and then
Yeah, usually when I do it for other games that I play, and I'll just open up like a notepad and be just typing stuff as we go, and then like I'll do stuff with it later. But anyway, no worries, it's fine. We got something. So, anyone have anything else before we end for the Tuesday?
We don't have next week's session because that's the 5th Tuesday, right?
I think we skipped one, didn't we?
Yeah, we skipped.
we
Yeah,
did.
we skipped
last
17
week.
because we had a bunch of people out, so we are actually playing next week.
Yay!
Yeah, so we will have a game next week. I took last week off.
Hell yeah.
And
I'm
I'm
so
gonna try to make sure I have the schedule on the Discord so we know that stuff better, because I've been slacking a little with that. But
The DM says he's slacking.
yeah,
Okay.
even I slack sometimes. But anything else before we break?
It was very nice meeting you, Meta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. Welcome to the group. Hopefully everyone had fun.
Yeah.
And we'll continue the story next time.
Yay.
Alright, take care, everyone.
You too.
Lit. Peace.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.